Hello there. Hello there, and welcome to the GenX Minecraft Wizard Channel. I'm the GenX Wizard, and I hope you enjoyed the um, Minecraft Wizard Channel video and the trailer for Super Derp World. I hope everything's working here, folks. Let's see. Yes, everything's working. Thank God. All right, hi everybody. All right. So with all that fun stuff and all that work behind me, now I can play the game. Now we can have some fun. So, anyways, thank y'all for watching. This is the first of the series of my streaming of Super Derp World. I'm just gonna be at first. I'm gonna be just going around to places. Tonight is just mainly. I'm just gonna stay in New Derpolis City, showing the city and stuff, and just kind of showcasing the world I've been working on. Me and other people, family and friends, have been working on for over a decade now, and it's just a mixture. Just we just put our own ideas in there and throw out thoughts and just go out there and just play, inspirations and all that stuff. Um, so of building things and just playing the game however we like to play it. So um, but Minecraft in general has been a very meaningful game to me. As you know, I've been playing it since 2010, since the beta version was out, and it's pretty much the game I've been playing almost, I wouldn't say daily, but pretty close to it since then. It's been maybe several days here and there I wouldn't play it, but once in a while I would definitely jump back in. There's times where during the COVID time, I really played a ton load. I've played a lot more um, hours than I did before. So, and then really spent just mainly playing Minecraft, and that was it for several years actually. After I got the after the server, I got a lot of ideas for the server, to build up the world some more and get some more people on there to help build it up and everything. And I think that it's all come together real well, and it's become a pretty cool world. And future of the game, I'm hoping to bring in more people. Family and friends are going to be on the server first. I'm going to be getting them in here in the next couple of weeks, and then after that, I guess just anybody who actually watches this, you'll be the first ones on my list to see about bringing you into the world and coming in and playing Super Derp World. Just let you go explore and go check it out. See if you want to, build you a base, build you an outpost, build you a castle, whatever you want to do. And then we'll connect it up and make it part of the world. So it's got a lot of, every part of the world is pretty much connected by a railway or boat. You can either get to it by rail or boat. Um, um, and it spans a pretty good chunk of blocks, I guess you could say, in the world. So it's grown, it's gotten pretty big, and yeah, it's actually become, since it's been running over a decade now, 10 years. Um, it's it's grown to the point where the closer you are to the spawn, the older everything is. So the farther out you get, you start seeing a lot newer and newer stuff. So it makes you explore and say, "Hey, I haven't seen this biome or that biome or whatever." If you just take a rail in one direction, you're probably going to find it sooner or later. It's been there. If it hasn't, then hey, there you go. There's something for you to do to go find that biome, that new biome or that new thing. Like the trial chambers. I think I just found the trial chambers in a biome recently. That's, I think, one of the real new, the copper update or whatever, the newer stuff with that. And I found that, and that's what I do. Is usually with the server, I let the updates come out, but I wait until a stable version comes out, and then I jump on it. So we're usually about an update behind, depending on the update. Sometimes updates are pretty stable, and they from Minecraft, and they keep them steady, which is cool. Um, but, um, that's a good thing with this server because the first Derp World crashed on us. We didn't have a good backup for it. So what we ended up doing was when we created the new Derp World, the Super Derp World, we just decided, yeah, we're gonna make sure it gets backed up and backed up regularly. So has the world crashed on me? Yes. I overdid on using World Edit at times, and who hasn't? If you've used World Edit in Minecraft, you overdo it sometimes. You're like, okay, now I know what not to do with World Edit and keep the server from crashing on me. So, um, but it's mainly become that like a historical reference in Minecraft. To say where you know the older stuff is, and then you go find the newer stuff that's built out there, and like my castle. I now have a castle. I'm building another castle close to it, and it's got some of the newer deep slate blocks. It makes the darker brick blocks. It makes it really cool. I'm gonna be showing that in the future. I've got that's really my next project is to build that out, and I'll probably be spending a lot of time there later when we get up there. I think I'm gonna show everything and then go to my castle and then show the one spot I've been working on. I'll probably do that towards the end and then kind of show that playthrough. But anyways, and also halfway like an amusement park, like a museum. I've kind of built it out where I try to put anything and everything into the world. So you know, if you haven't seen it before, maybe I you see it now. There's be something using like a certain block or a certain new thing in the world. The happy gas, that's probably the next thing too. I haven't done the happy gas yet, but I want to bring them in the world and have them in New Derpolis City. I haven't done those, but I'll probably do that here soon. I haven't had a chance to play with the happy gas actually, been that busy since that update's come out. So that'd be something I'll do one day is do the happy gas. So um but anyways, I think that's about it. And it's like I say, if you just want to jump in here and just check it out, one day, just explore. I'm fine with that too. You just want to be like a visitor and come check it out. By all means, I'll just let me know. I'll be more than happy to let you in there and check it out. And like I said, it's like an amusement park. I try to put everything into the game. So, every everybody if you're in Minecraft, you love playing Minecraft, you're gonna enjoy this world. So. But anyways, without further ado, I think that's all I've got. I'm gonna switch over to the streaming part, and we will start the streaming part and go from there. Let me head over there. Give me just a second. I need to fix the problem I've been having with that video, so give me just a second. All right, sorry about that. I guess hopefully you can all hear me. Give me just a minute. I've ran into an issue with my video just recently, and I don't know what the problem is. So really, been aggravating me. The video here works, but it doesn't work somewhere else. It's kind of aggravation. And nope, nope. Still don't see nothing. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go over here. Copy. Come on. Hurry up. Copy. Oh, there. Finally. Hopefully that works. Oh, that should do it. How's my engineering team back there? Is everything looking and sounding good now? I got the video back up. Oh, cool. There, thank you. So at spawn, how old are the builds there? I assume the further you are from spawn, the newer the biomes are, since they're usually how SPs are. Yes, exactly. I noticed when I first booted up the world, I had actually I'll show you in a certain area. There's the oldest village in the whole game, and the oldest villager. I trapped the villager in his house so the zombies couldn't get to him, and he can't get out. So he's kind of been stuck in there the whole time. Um, and yeah, but it's a very basic old desert village, and I was like, man, that was about as basic as they got. And over the years, I noticed that they did get more and more interesting, especially out in the acacia. Is it acacia tree? I remember that some of those other biomes where some of those new villages kind of popped up, and I was like, okay, this looks different. This seed has been very interesting too. As you know, I had one village that I've never seen before ever in Minecraft pop up, and I'm like, it was a pretty big village, and it had like everything in it. I was like, okay, and I was the only one on the server, so I didn't build it. So, and then it built and being an amplified world, I've noticed it makes some really interesting villages too. There's one village that's completely elevated. It's floating. I came across, and I've never seen a floating, village ever. It was just floating out there. So I was like, okay, well, that's different. So yeah, I've come across a lot of different ones. And the farther out you reach out into the world, the cooler everything starts getting as far as, what you come across. Another place I came across in this world too was a village that was already taken over by zombies and stuff like that. It was completely, you know, like apocalyptic. That was like this came across this village and there was no villagers. There was just zombies and cobwebs and doors broken down. I was like, and that was something I have never seen in a Minecraft seed either. So whatever seed this was, it was a perfect one for the world. And I just picked it. It was a good spot for us to play Super Derp World on, and there we go. So there we have it. So yeah, the further out you do get to see all the newer biomes. There's I think one or two biomes I still have yet to come across. I think that's the creaking, where the creaking forest is, and gosh, I don't know if I can't remember if there's another biome or something like that. Yeah, exactly. They're pretty much the same structures in different woods. But the cool thing was some of the ones I came across, there was newer structures. I was like newer places, and there's villagers had their own bed, more beds and more areas for them to sleep and stuff, and made going these villages that I came across, they spawned in the world, more interesting because you did have different, and they were different. Most of these villages I came across were different, and they weren't the same things that I was used to in Minecraft for years, where it's the same village, same village, same village. So whatever they did on an update years ago made it a lot better as far as going to each village and seeing different things and stuff like that. And that's what I've done is when I go out into this world, I explore, and if I come across a village, I protect it to save the villagers, light it up, protect it, and then I build a railway to it, and I use it as a connection point to continue out and continue exploring further out. Exploring. wherever. And that's what I've been doing with the world, and that's what and anybody else who explores out, they build their stuff, and then I connect up with the roadway, and we just keep it going. And that's what I'm hoping. After 10 years, it's grown. I'm just hoping after another 10 years and bringing more people into the server and playing to see where it's going to grow into. And that's the whole point of the game of it, is to do that and to eventually make this into a whole video game, like a whole playable game where after the world's built out, I'm going to make it where it's going to be a playable game where you can go in and play Super Derp World as a game with objectives. Because you have to go over here to get a sword, do this and this and this. That's way down the road. I just wanted to build out the world because I think it would be a lot cooler. The world is already built out like it, and then you go in and get to play it in a survival sense. And that's what I'm doing in the future. Is probably going to make it into a survival type world and stream it and just kind of watch, see the chaos that comes from it. So anyways, without further ado, a little bit of backstory and everything about Super Derp World. Let me show you. We are at spawn. Where this is where when you first jump into the world, this is where you're at. You're gonna see this, and you're gonna see that. So this is Super Derp World. This is a hollowed out ocean monument, and I have a bunch of these ocean monuments that I've turned into actual buildings throughout the. There's a sand monument. There's a let's see what other ones. Yeah, no, yeah, a sand monument, a snow one. I did no, the ice one is later. I think I did one on stone. There's a couple of monuments I'm doing, and these are like major major points in the world too that you when you come across these. So, and I try to make it look like when you spawn into this world, it's like an actual spawn, like from Tron. If anybody's, if you're familiar with the Tron game, this is where I kind of thought it's like when you enter the world, it's a beam of information that, and here you are. This is where you start, and then and away you go. So what we have here, New Derpolis City. This is what it looks like from above. You probably saw that in the trailer when you were at the very beginning. New Derpolis City. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you the underneath too here. It goes way down there. And this area looks completely different than it used to. And I'll probably have but probably from the end of the night I'll find a few photos and I'll show them. I'll probably throw them on here real quick and show you what this area looked like before before it became this. So, and we're walking out here, and of course it's raining when we get to check all this out, but that's cool. So here's the main entrance into the world, and you see you got the Alcatine Hunger Force Moonanites up there. You got the Metroid up there, Galaga. You got the what's over there to the right. That's the fireworks factory. We're gonna go check that out here in a little bit. There's the main tower for the world. This is one of one so far towers. We have a few other towers, but they're still in the process of being built around the world. So, and we'll go ahead and go in. That's a Imperial Walker back there. They're my stormtrooper guards for the world. And what we have here is welcome to Super Derp World, New Derpolis City, online 2/28/2015. That's the first day we spawned right over there. And the world hasn't looked the same since I got here. So here's the main hallway in here. It's a little dark. It looks a lot better during the daytime. So we'll see it. We'll see it in the daytime here in a little bit. And there's New Derpolis City. That's the map of it. We're right there, at the very top. Little green dot right there. That's basically where we're at. Over there to the left is a obsidian refinery, which is it's not automated, but it's a work in progress on automation. I got to a point where everything ran properly. It's just I forgot to put the front door on it, so it's hard to get in and out of that place. But that's the funny part about it. And then over there below it, if you recognize that, that's the Legend of Zelda map, Hyrule. That's a suburb of New Derpolis City, and it is a 1-to-1 replica of the actual map of the Legend of Zelda. and that took a while to build because I found a schematic or something like that that showed a block by block of it, but in 2D. So I made it 3D. So I had to work on making the elevations right and everything. That took a while. The overworld's done. The dungeons, the underworld part of the game, the rooms are set up. No, the rooms are there. The interiors haven't been done yet. That's on my to-do list for the future when I make that an actual playable Legend of Zelda map, which I'm gonna have. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make that an actual world where you actually go into this play area and you actually play it as Legend of Zelda. You can, but you can only get in and out by one way, probably like the front door or something like that to the world. But I want to make it actually playable. But the first things first, I got to make it completely done before I do that. So. Yes, I have a Discord. I do have a Discord server for my world. I haven't got to that part yet. Um, it is the Super Derp World server, Discord server. I've had it running, but I haven't really used it yet for this platform. But which after tonight, I'm gonna be working towards using Discord a little bit more. I don't really use Discord much except for talking to other people, because I have very limited bandwidth. And Discord, there's a lot of stuff going on in Discord, and I get lost in that thing real quick. So, but I know it's a good way to get to talk to people and do things. So yeah, I'm gonna get Discord more up and running here soon, and add that to my channel, description and all that good stuff. I have it up over here, but somewhere over there. So, and I can get that going. But that's a good idea. I like that. Thank you, Claire. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate the info. Yeah, anything and everything to help me get this thing up and off the ground, man. I appreciate anything. Sweet, I will do that. I will definitely get it over to you. Um, let's see. So there's Super New Derpolis City. Let's go. I got a little book here. Um, the New Derpolis City 2020 to 2015. Original, yeah, the server, the world spawn. Um, There's the banner room, which I want to take you all up to here shortly. The bouncy castle dungeon drop you probably saw in the trailer, which is I'm very proud of my bouncy castle dungeon drop. I came up with this all by myself. I'm very happy about this, and it came out better than I thought it would be. The creeper coaster is a working coaster to a point, and the point is it's under construction again. It was working, and now to make it bigger and longer, we're gonna have to. I made it. I probably need to fix it. It's a long story, so I think in part in the trailer where you saw the black tunnel with the lights and everything, that is a whole part of that roller coaster. It's going to be a really long roller coaster, but you're going to see a lot of different things and stuff, techniques and stuff I learned about with building in Minecraft and using Minecraft to, you know, to um create stuff like that, create these different patterns and visuals and stuff like that. So it's going to look really cool when you're going through these tunnels. That's still a work in progress too. I'm still getting to that, but that's some of the newer stuff I worked on. A lot of the stuff you're seeing now, I've worked on and I'm pretty much done with. I'm not touching, because if I start touching it, then I'm probably going to rebuild it or do something with this. And then I have another project I haven't finished. So I probably have on my spread. I have a spreadsheet that keeps track of all this stuff. I probably have 20 different projects I'm working on. It's just I've got to figure out when, because what I'll do, I get into a block, a builder's block, I guess you could say, where I'm building something, and then I was like, and I'm stuck. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? I don't know. So I let it go, and I go to something else, and then I'll come back to it once I get a better idea for it, or it's like, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do, or something like that. So I have a ton load of ideas I hadn't even started off for this world yet. So the Derplin Mansion, that is me and my wife, Mariposa, and she's on this server at times, and that is that's our mansion in New Derpolis City, and it's a replica of the Woodland Mansion. I copied it and pasted it with World Edit in our in our in our city, We use it as our mansion. That's our house that we use. It's a nice overlook of the whole city and stuff like that. So yeah, we might be able to get to that tonight. I think there's going to be a couple. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to all new Derpolis tonight. I'm planning on being on here to probably not to any later than 10. So I'm gonna try to get to everything I can. There's so much in this world, like I said, it's gonna take forever. It's almost better for to bring people in, let you just explore it yourself and check it out. But in the meantime, here I am. You get to check it out, and and be happy you're the first ones to check it out. So if this whole thing gets going and more eyeballs and millions and millions and millions of other Minecraft fans out there get to check out my wonderful content, then you'll be the first ones to see it all. It's like I was there, man. First one, second one, third one, whatever. Anyways, and then the fireworks factory. I've got to show that. I'm probably gonna end that tonight with the fireworks factory when we get back over there. The GenX Tech Labs. That's where I've done a lot. I do a lot of my testing. I go over there and I have different things I'm working on, doing this and that. And I made it look like kind of like a tech lab. And I might have I might be doing I'm going to be doing in the future a Minecraft 101 series, and I might be working out of the tech labs for that. So that's what I kind of built it for years ago, and I'm still going to probably use it for the same thing. Yeah. And Genexus, I use that name. That's after my band, one of my favorite bands, Fear Factory. That's one name of one of their albums, and I thought it was really cool homage, I guess, to them, or say, hey, here, I love you guys. Here you go. I'm naming my tech labs after y'all. So, or on one of your songs or albums or anything. The Grand Hall you're going to see, you got to see a little bit of that in the trailer or the one of you get to see the Grand Hall. I didn't focus on the Grand Hall as much as I wanted to, and it was some of the content I cut out, but it's really cool to see when you first get here to see the Grand Hall. Herpet Derpistan, that's where the sand temple is, the pyramid, and the Herpet Derp Cantina, like the Mos Eisley Cantina in Star Wars, but there's the Herpet Derp Cantina is over there. And the old the first Derp World, Super Derp World village is there. That sand village I was mentioning earlier. That's the very first one. Hyrule, which is Legend of Zelda, the map I told you about. Jedi, the Jedi Temple, which is going to be the that's actually known as, I guess, for your brain cannon or just for your for fun of it. It's the Jedi Temple I turned into the server, the Super Derp World, New Derpolis City server farm, pretty much. The server, the main server, servers for the world is there, and you'll see it. You'll see what I talk about because I built that the outside of the Jedi Temple, and then the inside was just impossible, just impossible. When you get up there, you get to say hi. It was impossible to um the Jedi Temple was impossible to build out on the inside because of the scale. Because the Jedi Temple inside is massive, and they don't really show the grand scale of the Jedi Temple, but in the books and everything, it's super massive, and there's just no way. And we have a visitor, first time on any one of my channels. This is let me see if I can. We have a visitor. This is Olive, and oh man, this really. I should be getting like a lot more views already because there's a cat that just showed up, but you can't see her though because she's back. Uh, let me show her. Let me get closer to the camera. Hey, hi, Olive. See, look at there. It's Olive. Get me more subscribers. Turn your cuteness on. Wait a minute. There she is. Say hi, Olive. I think she's just happy I picked her up. So, let me have your paw. Let me have your paw. Quit holding on to my shirt. There. Okay. She's just happy she's in my lap right now. She probably needs to go out, or but we'll keep her right here. Try to get her where she in the view of the camera, but I guess not. Anyways, so this is Olive. We have two other kitty cats. The other kitty cats are Sasha and Jasmine, and they're all cuties, little cuties. Um, um, and she would like to say purr to everybody out there. And then let's get back to and Olive, all the kitty cats in our family and everything are in this world, and I get this to show all of them soon too. I don't know if we'll get to them tonight, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get over to the building. Is there's a lot of the office building. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. So like I said, it's going to be a while before we get to actual building or doing anything in this world because I do want to go around and show everybody everything so that you check it out. So, but while I go to certain places, I might do some building while I'm there. Just for the fun of it. But this is basically just showing Super Derp World for now. If you got any ideas or anything, get any ideas, whatever. So, anyways, next is the Derpolis Grand Prix 500. That's the boat ice boat racing. Um, I built a whole Grand Prix. This is one racetrack of several I have planned, and this so far it was a pretty good one. And it goes through to Paris, and I'll explain to Paris a little bit more later what that is and everything. But it goes through that um, another suburb outside of, if I guess you can call it a suburb. I call them suburbs because for the fun of it, outside of New Derpolis City. So, and then next we have the Mariposa XL Farm, which you've seen in trailers, stuff like that. And here she's got a garden here inside the walls here of um, New Derpolis. The New Derpolis Aquarium Pyramid. You get to see it. I built an aquarium pyramid. Um, Yeah, it's exactly what it says, but it's if you know what aquarium pyramid, but the whole inside of the pyramid is an aquarium. So I don't think I've seen anybody do it, and it looks really cool when the light comes through it and everything. I can't wait to show you that. The new Derpolis City Power Grid, aka the Pac-Man Arena. It looks like the Pac-Man Arena slash. It kind of looks like a power grid in a way, I guess, and it uses the ocean lanterns, and I use those ocean lanterns in the world kind of like energon blocks in Transformers. So I kind of think that the ocean lanterns is what's powering the whole world of Super Derp World. So it's just a little bit of headcanon for me to when I build. It's like, okay, that's a good idea for that or this or something like that. Give something a little bit more depth. You know? Railway station, North Terminal. There's a North Terminal, a South Terminal. The North Terminal pretty much takes you anywhere north, east, and west. The South Terminal actually everything's south pretty much, but everything's connected. The Robot Arms apartments that's still being built out right now, and that's I'm gonna have apartments available in there. Yes, it is the same one from Futurama that I built. Um, there's a subway station here in New Derpolis that takes you around New Derpolis. There's a northwest, east, and south station. It's a subway station, East Terminal, East Road, North Terminal. Okay, so there's subway station. So subway station, and then there's North Terminal station. Okay. And there's that one there. So yeah, there's a whole subway system that connects everything underneath the road too. And the Sundial Observatory at the very top of this place. So there's everything pretty much in a nutshell in New Derpolis City, so let's go check it out. We're gonna go up to the banner room next. And pardon the construction, there's still a little bit of work being done in this area. Now we got a nice day outside. Let's go check it out. You wanna go see it during daytime? Let's go check it out during daytime. That's what it looks like during the day. There's Donkey Kong. I still got to put a sign on him. He's going to hit his own area in way far east in the world that I'm building up, and it's kind of a theme type thing going on. But he's going to be like an advertisement up there as to go visit that area. So um, those are the bullet guys for Super Mario Brothers. Mega Man's Mega Man's up there on top. I'll show you. You'll see him later. There's the Galaga ship up there. That's what it looks like during the daytime. Because we first showed up and it was night and raining. This is kind of the grand. This is the grand hall. This is where it pretty much connects everything to the north, west, and east is through up here, and everything south. You just have to go south that way. That's how everything's set up. So, and this way, the grand hall, the banner room. the North Railway Terminal, Mojang Stadium. I forgot to mention Mojang. Mojang Stadium's over there. The Derpolis Grand Prix 500. We'll check out the Mojang Stadium. The Derpolis probably. We'll try to get that tonight. The Derplantis Alpha. I'll explain the Derplantis. Those are all ocean monuments I come across, and a lot of these ocean monuments I reuse for railways. So they're connection points for the railway system. So I kind of empty it out. I go into these ocean monuments. I empty out enough to make a railway out of them. There's parts of the monuments I don't touch, and I leave the guardians to be. I don't really try to kill them. I just let them be. So Kongland, that's the Donkey Kong one I was telling you about. That's the place that we're working on. The town of Eastros in Eastwatch. It's a play on Westeros from Game of Thrones. It's one of those towns I mentioned that it's a pretty big town, and it was built. A lot of it was just there. I mean, it was like somebody went and built it, but nobody did. It was the first time I've seen that village. So, but it was a legit village. I've seen all the different villages that can be produced in Minecraft, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's like it spawned with almost every house it could or every building it could. So Grand Banner Room, and then Derparis, Mega Derplantis, Dragon's Mount, and Winterfall. That's gonna be for another day, folks. So those are very interesting places. And I will definitely try to get through this as fast as I can too, so I don't want to lose anybody. So, and here's the part of the Grand Hall. That's the flag of New Derpolis. Some more of my stormtrooper guards. Here's the Grand Hall I built. This hall has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It was just to here at one time. Then I built it out to here. Then I moved it out to here. So it keeps, and then the top keeps on getting higher and higher. So I'll just get it one day, and it's like, you know what? It needs to go up a little bit higher. It needs to go a little wider. So this hall is still a work in progress, but it keeps getting bigger, and it looks pretty cool. So this is one of the very first big structures I built in this world too. It was pretty much everything you've seen so far. This is pretty much the route I took when I built out this area. So it was all of this, the grand hall, the banner room, the entrance, and the platform was the first things I started building, and then the tower, the Daenks Tower, which we'll get to see soon. Probably not tonight, but we'll probably do that another night. And that way, it's the Derpolis Grand Prix and Mojang Stadium. That's the way that way. That's just a nice little view over here. I wanted to connect this to something over here, but I haven't thought of anything to build on this side of it yet. So, but it's a pretty cool view of of one of the railways out there. I really, this probably need more windows. Wait a second. There we go. Okay. And down over here is the North Terminal. This is where we're going to be taking some scenic routes and scenic views of the world. And we'll probably start. Yeah, I'm not too sure how we're going to start that out yet, which way we're going to go. So, but which way? Well, we're going to do north last, so it's probably going to be west and east or something like that. We'll figure it out. But to the west, we get this is a railway to Herpaderpistan. Railway west to Herpaderp, Ice Mountain junctions. Usually the junctions on these junctions are just there's no villagers. It wasn't really a actual spawned area in the auto spawned area in the game. Um, and it's just like a junction I created just to kind of have a point to send the rail another direction or something like that. And Dragon's Mount, my nephew's um, castle area, his area over there, which he called Dragon's Mount. You get to check that out in the west. In the north is Derparis, Croissant Villa, and Lake Dirtville. It's going to be an interesting one there, especially Dirt Villas, Dirt Paris. I built it after. I had the idea from another video game. That's for another day. If you saw it in the trailer, you see a very. It's in there for about 5 or 10 seconds, and you get to see a little bit of Dirt Paris there. North Railway North to North Dirtville, Mega Derplantis, and Winterfall. Winterfall is my castle. The area up there is Winterfall, and it's a play on Winterfell from Game of Thrones, and it has nothing to do with each other. I just like the game. I When I first heard Winterfell in Game of Thrones, I thought it was Winterfall. When I heard it was Winterfell, I was like, oh, cool. Now I know what to name my castle. Winterfall. So I was like, okay, cool. And you got to see my castle. My castle is in there. We've seen it on some of the thumbnails for the channel and in the trailer and stuff like that. So my castle's been in there a few times already, and we get to check that place out later. It's a really cool place. North Railway to Derplantis Beta Ocean Monument. That's just a railway to one of the ocean monuments that we turned into. But that one's not really. It's only connected to this railway, if I remember right. East to Derplantis Alpha, Kongsland, Eastwatch, and Eastros. And railway east to the battle arena. That's a real big round structure that was in the trailer underneath the water. My nephew was working on building that out, and it's going to be the Super Derp World's battle arena. And it's a really cool. What I'm trying to make it into is like a has it going like a Quake Unreal Tournament feel where you're running around and then you go through a spawner and it drives you up to another floor, or sends you over here to this one and that one, and then you have weapons all where you can pick up and stuff. So you go in there with nothing except for maybe bow and arrow or something like that, and you pick up different arrows, stuff like that. I have a whole idea for a battle scenario, which I'm hoping we could do. It might be big enough where it could be 32 on 32, but I don't know exactly yet. It might be 16-16 against each other as far as the battle arena, but we get to check. We'll check that out real quick one day. And then over here, the down to this Derpolis, Derpolis, subway station. We might check out the subway. It's not the coolest thing. It's just a bunch of tunnels connecting up. It's okay, but it's kind of cool to come up on some of the places in the tunnel system. So but that's kind of the quicker way to get around this area. So, and that way is to the GenX's Tech Labs. We'll go check that out um, later, and then that's to Mariposa's Garden and the Sundial Observatory. So now here's the banner room. The banner room is a place for it's our meeting room for who and ever been on the server. This is where we go to be in the same room, talk and blah blah blah, this or that, discuss whatever this and that and other thing. It's kind of the social area of the banner room, and also it has different banners for every not every place, but every major locations and every house in the game. And so far we have two houses, and that's it. We've had just a mixture of people play, but no official house has been, no other houses have been set up yet in this world. So, and here's the banner room. You can see the stone on the walls, how everything. This is what it looked like when I first built it, and I haven't changed it since. I was like, I wanted to keep its look, because I was like, well, if I make it newer looking, it's gonna it's this is one of the oldest things I built out in this world is this banner room right here. So like I didn't really want to update it too much, so I left the stone walls as is, and just everything I just kind of left as is since I built it out. So and it's got that older Minecraft feel to it, which I kind of like a little bit. So and then we'll go left to right here. So this is the new Derpolis City flag, town of East Rosa's banner. The Rabbit of Kerbanog. If you know about the Rabbit of Kerbanog in Minecraft, you can summon the Rabbit of Kerbanog. I summoned the Rabbit of Kerbanog. It attacked me. I did not like that, and it kept attacking me, and it started attacking all my sheep and all that stuff. When I was like, okay, so I captured it, and it's alive still, but it's needs to be moved. It's the location of the Rabbit of Kirbanog. I just have to move the rabbit over there. He's not there yet, but it's a whole area that I kind of built out for the Rabbit of Kirbanog. It's just something I came up with, and it came out pretty cool looking. I can't wait to show that later. The pillagers, villagers, they have their own banner, of course, and I went ahead and threw that up there. They don't come to our meetings very often because they disrupt them a lot. They like to shoot everybody. So we said, "You're not coming to our meetings anymore." We said, We're done with that." So I'll show you their fleet. Their fleet attacked us. Their fleet attacked us in one area and another area, and I'll show you the end result of what happened. That's pretty interesting story behind it. The Nether Fortress, the portal of the Ender Dragon. So I created this world where, in the trailer, it kind of shows you. But the trailer doesn't tell you. It shows you the route to take to go face the Ender Dragon in the game. So I created an actual game storyline, you know, to the Ender Dragon. Instead of going finding the old way, just instead of going finding a what do you call those? Oh man, I forgot what those strongholds. The strongholds, yeah, the strongholds, where you find the portals. I was like, well, that's kind of boring. So I built a whole Nether fortress in the Nether to house the portal to the Ender Dragon, and it came out better than I would ever imagine. It's just great. And if you saw everything you saw in the trailer is the Nether Fortress in the Nether and the Nether Fortress and the portal to the Ender Dragon. I created the portal where you actually go down and you have to fly down into the portal to get to it, and it worked. I didn't do it. I built all that and I didn't test it. I was like, I hope this works, and as far as I know, it does work. So I tested it out and it worked. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't know if I didn't think about that ahead of time, because what if you're going down, if you're flying down that fast into it, do you still go in the world? Apparently you do. So as far as I know, it does work. So house prototype, that's my nephew's house. Um, yeah, we have two, we have three. So house prototype, that's his house. My house is house archetype. Archetype, taken from one of my favorite bands, Fear Factory, from their album Archetype. So I used them as the house name. And prototype, same thing. There's a song from Fear Factory, Prototype. So me and my nephew, we used Archetype and Prototype, Fear Factory related, for our names. It goes back to when we were playing video games together, and stuff like that. I still have a kitty cat. He's being good. I am the server wizard, and I joined in 2015. So did my nephew. Lady of House Archetype Mariposa. She joined the clan earlier than that, but she actually joined the actual Minecraft clan in 2020. My house. She actually started playing, which was freaking awesome. I was enjoying getting her and playing and stuff like that. So it's fun having your wife playing on there and seeing the stuff that she does, and she gets sidetracked and gets lost sometimes, and I have to go find her. And so the new update where you can go find people is really nice, because that's really nice. I can go find people, that I just like, where are you? It's like, okay, there's a dot that shows you where you are. It's like, okay, cool. So, and then the other guy to help me build the first Super Derp World and help me build Super Derp World, the beginnings of it, is Guardian Daenks of House Daenks, and the Daenks Tower is named after him. He's one of the founders and the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer of Super Derp World. I am one of the founders as well, but I couldn't fit all that on there, so I just put Server Wizard. It looks better on his anyways, because he was the one that introduced me to Minecraft, and then in 2010, and look at it in 2026, and look what I'm doing today. This is the first day. So I have a lot to thank for him for that. So I hope he's watching. I don't know. I don't know if he is or not. So I need to get back with him and see if he caught this or not. Anyways, and then Vinland, that's that newer castle I'm working on with the deep slate bricks. That's farther past my Winterfall castle. In Vinland, if you know anything about Vinland, it's a I guess a imaginary place, or some or flag or whatever, that was created by the founder, and this lead singer of the band Typo Negative. And I have an homage, or I'm doing this castle, doing this whole area with the Typo Negative theme, and Typo Negative being one of my favorite bands. not really Minecrafty. I guess it's a complete separation there between that and that. But I was able to combine them together to a point, and it became that. And I was like, and I'm making it work, and it's coming out really cool. There's a part in the trailer where you see the very front of Vinland, and the very front is awesome. And what it is, I copied a whole uh, the deep dark city, the ancient cities. I copied the whole area and brought it above ground, and I completely redid the blocks and everything. So there's a whole uh deep dark ancient city on top of the out of I just copied it and pasted it on top, and now I've been fixing it and redoing it, and I'm gonna replace the middle with the castle, and I'm gonna do the castle and kind of like how Darth Vader's castle is, and if you've seen the Rogue One, yeah, um Darth Vader's castle, you see that in that movie. It's got that's what I'm gonna build in the middle is his castle, a replica kind of, and I kind of built it in the Nether or the Nether Fortress too, but it didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it. So I'm gonna try to see what it looks like, not in the Nether, just build it, not there, and see if it comes out better. So that's gonna be the project I think I'm gonna be working on when I get to show Super Derp World to everybody. Finally get through this. So, but like I said, this is going to be new Derpolis, probably part one. So I can sit here and talk about this game all day long. So, the Mojang Stadium, I went ahead and put them in there. As the they're an advertiser. It's their game, so I'm gonna advertise for them because they made a hell of a game. Iron Ore Islands. That's kind of a tourist trap, and we'll get to check it out. And the dancing parrots, love the dancing parrots there. Pear Village. That is a thing between me and my nephew Proto over there, and that's just a thing between me and him. If you would like to know later, I might be able to discuss it to tell you about it. But he's got a Pear Village that it's his, so not mine. It's his. Winterfall. There's the banner for my Winterfall castle. There's the banner for my nephew's Proto's Dragon's Mount area. Creeper Corp. They're one of the since the Creepers the Creeper they own the Creeper coaster, and Creeper Corp is they have a thing in there, but the problem is they keep exploding all the time, so we can't really do much business with them. So that's probably the reason why the coaster's not working because it's under Creeper Corp. So why it's not working. The Mushroom Kingdom. So the mushroom cows they have their own floor and Daenks Tower. They have their own. So wherever there's mushroom islands, that they're pretty much untouched except for I put a what do you call it? A transport to be able to teleport area. And it looks like you probably saw the trailer. You saw in the trailer and the video, the Minecraft video, the first one, of what looked like Super Mario Brothers, the castle at the end of the levels. Those are on the two mushroom islands that I found, and those are actually um, warp zones. You can access the warp zones from those two. So if you ever find one, you can access a warp zone. You can warp around the world, but I'm not going to show anybody where those are. I'm going to let you find those on your own. It's kind of an Easter egg thing or whatever. There is a warp zone. There's warp zones in the world, but I'm not going to show that. I'll let people find that on their own. They're not hard to find, but I'll leave it at that. The Villages of Haven. That's my wife's Mariposa's area down there. She has four areas down there, part of the whole Village of Haven continent. It's only accessible by boat. You only get down there by boat, or if you want to swim all night or swim all day. So, and it is available to get down there by warp, but it's a lot harder to find. So, than the other places. And Dur Paris, that's the place I want to show y'all. That it's a map of one of the playthroughs of another video game, which I'm gonna do a whole thing on that probably one night. So. But this is the banner room, folks. I hope y'all enjoy it. That looks pretty cool. And the more people I get in here, we're gonna have to expand this thing. And I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to. I don't know how I'm gonna expand it yet. But if the more people, I'll worry about that later. You know, if I get more houses, more people in here, and they when I have their houses and stuff like that. So that's the Derpolis City book, and this is Super Derp World. Okay, this is what I want to show you before I get. So here is Super Derp World, named after the game Super Mario Brothers and inspired by the games and movies around that time period. And its online date and the world spawn. Acacia. I have a hard time saying that. Island. There's a that biome. I came across an island over there and just named it that. Alpine Village. It's a village way high up towards uh Dirt Vegas. I'll show you talk about Dirt Vegas later. That's a whole nother thing. Ancient ruins. I came across one set of ancient ruins and I just put it on here as a point of interest. Caranog, that's where the rabbit of Caranog is. Like I said, use caution when you go over there. Just we would be aware. Rabbit of Caranog. Cliffs of Burton. There's a village I came across that's kind of up high, and I did Cliffs of Burton as a reference to Cliff Burton of Metallica. So I named the village after Cliff Burton of Metallica. Rock on, Cliff. Love you, buddy. R.I.P. One of my favorite bases of all time. So I went ahead and named the village after him. Is there anything Cliff Burton? I don't know. I just named it after him. Cobblestone Village is one of the older villages that got built out up towards the north. One of the first villages, not one of the first. Well, I guess it was one of the first villages I came across up there as I was um, um, exploring, expanding northward. Croissant Villa, that's right near Paris. It's like a little village that's right there near Paris. The deep, dark ancient city. So there's in this seed, I didn't find one, I didn't find two, I didn't find three, but I found four dark, dark ancient cities right next to each other for the first time that I ever come across them. So after the update happened, after I let this world, update and everything, so we started venturing south. And we came and I found out that there was and when we were venturing south, no, I take that back. We were coming north. Me and my wife, Mariposa, we were playing some survival. So what we did, we picked a spot way down south, and we teleported to there, and we played survival to make our way back, just to have fun, just to play survival instead of get out of creative mode and stuff like that. And so, but we came across a really big mountain. I remember seeing a really big mountain. It's like, well, it's going to be hard for us to get around that really big mountain. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to dig through it. And when we went down, we found some mines, some of those older mine shaft, mines. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing the skulk stuff. And I was like, I've never seen that before. That black, it looks like stars or something, and I started digging more and more, and I was like, and I started setting off those sensors, the skull sensors. I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, because I didn't know how to summon, I just knew about the warden. I didn't know exactly how to summon them or anything, so I was like, oh, let's see what happens. And then, yeah, I summoned them, and I was like, and I ran as fast as I could out of that place. I saw videos afterwards because wanted to see what would happen if I just came up and found them for the first time. And then after that, I started seeing it's like, yeah, people got destroyed by that thing. I was like, yeah, it's so difficult to beat the warden. It's such a bullet sponge, put it that way. It's just so. But I came across this one, and then I we didn't go through it because we just weren't strong enough to make it through it, so we had to go around it. So I went back, and when I went back, um, to in spectator mode, I found four of them. I found four of them. I was like, oh my! It was massive. This massive complex, and I just thought we were just going to find one. I was like, okay, cool, but I found four right next to them. So I connected all four of them up, and some of the realms are de-wardened. As far as I went to like realm 1 and 2, and I got rid of the sculpt sensors that would summon the warden there. The 3 and 4, not so much. I left those up to whoever wants to go in there and go face the warden. So, if you feel up to it, go right ahead, knock yourself out. I don't know. The thing is a pain to beat. Even when you're cheating and if you're in creative mode and hitting it, you sit there and like, how many more times do I have to hit this button to kill this thing? So it's like I don't even think I've ever killed it in survival mode. So and I don't see the point in it because it just takes too long to kill and the loot, yes, loot in that area if you're playing survival is very good. Very good loot. I don't think it's worth it though. Then that warden tears you apart. So anyways, that's all the different locations of the realms. I called each one a different realm of the ancient city. And there's a fifth one that's not too far away from that one either, if I remember right. No, it's in the northwest quadrant. Okay, that's not near those four. Okay, that's in the northwest quadrant of the world. There's Derpolis. These are all the Derplantis ocean monuments. So every ocean monument I come across, I call it a Derplantis, and I give it a alpha, beta, delta name behind it and its location. Every one of these locations has a railway connecting to it. So um, if you have this book, you write these things down. If you need to teleport somewhere, you don't know where. But if you can come across one of these, you know, ocean monuments, you can usually find your way back. So thing is, you still have to fight the guardians if you're in survival mode. If you're in the water, but the railways are not in the water, of course, so you don't have to worry about them. Dragon's Mount, that's where my nephew's location is, his place. East Ridge Village, that's over there near the Derp Dark Ancient City, or Eastwatch Junction. The Nether Portal, head north through the Nether end portal. Fort Hoth, that was in the trailer. It's a little snowed in um, village I came across and went ahead and put up a bunch of, protected it with the wood, spruce logs and stuff like that to give it a little bit more of and a little bit more of a harsher look to it instead of a clean look. But it's I called it Fort Hoth. Frozen Harbor, Frozen Outpost. Those are places way out there that we're still working on connecting up with New Derpolis or the rest of the network, the railway system, but that's still a long ways out there. So we're still working on getting the gas town. That was that town I told you about that it auto spawned and in the world and it was all destroyed. And I called it Gas Town in a play on the name Ghost Town. Gas Town. Grand Derp Vegas Complex. You got to see that in the trailer. This is my nephew and his friends who worked on this area, and it came out pretty epic. In the trailer, you get to see it's pretty epic what it looks like. So I got to showcase that finally, and that area is called the Grand Derp Vegas Complex. And there's a junction over there too. The Hamlet of Stratos. That's another village I came across. Hardharm Harbor. There's another one I came across. The Villages of Haven. That's my wife's areas. Mariposa. That's her. That's the location of her areas. Herpaderp Junction. Herpaderp Stand. There's a junction over there in Herpaderp Stand. Hidden Valley Ranch. I came across this really nice spruce village I came across. It was built up pretty well. It spread out the buildings are and everything and I didn't know what to call it. And I think I may have saw a commercial for Hidden Valley Ranch. I called it. I was like, that's a good name. Hidden Valley Ranch. So, and it was kind of hidden. I almost didn't see it when I came across it, and I was like, oh, so it worked because you look at it from above, like if you're in the mountains, something it's hard to see because all the trees, but it was down there. So, Highlands Junction, that's another junction in the world. Hyrule, that's the Legend of Zelda map. Those one of the suburbs of New Derpolis. Iceberg Wharf, that's another village. Ice Mountain Junction, that's another junction area for the railway. Iron Ore Islands, the Pirates Cove, that's the tourist trap I told you about earlier. Karachi, that's a place, that's a village. It's like a way up north is closer to the pillager territories. The pillager territories, and I'll probably bring that up a map and stuff like that to show more of it. But the pillagers have a territory up there which I gave them and left them to be. So if you ever want to go up there and go find the Woodland Mansion and go fight pillagers, that's the area to go, and that's one of the villages that are there. It still has villagers, but they haven't. The zombie. I didn't protect the village, so the zombies and the stuff haven't got to them yet. But if I spent too much time there, they probably would have after a while. They only had one golem or two golems there, so Lake Derpville, which is near Croissant Villa, or Derpolis Grand Prix, which we get to see soon. Mariposa's Farm, Mega Derplantis. That is the main artery for the whole rail system next to the North Railway Terminal at New Derpolis. This this has the um it has all the locations pretty much that go into it from north out south. It just all goes in there. It was featured in the trailer, or in the, yeah, it was featured in the trailer. Um and there's that one big temple, that green temple with the four lights that were going up. He went in there, and that's Mega Derplantis. It's got four ocean monuments connecting to it, and each one of those ocean monuments, sends out a railway each way in that way. So, and it has something to do with the warp zone too. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, if you watch this and when you find it, you might find a warp zone or two. The Mesa Temple, I actually found when I first found the Mesa biome, there was a temple connected to it right next to it, and it was in the trailer too. And I kind of built an area around it, um, to display it. The Mesa Temple. That was a pretty cool find I found. The Mushroom Kingdoms, the Mushroom Island North and Mushroom Island South. Those are the two islands, the Mushroom Islands I've come across in the world. Very small islands, but they have the spawner. They have the warp zone in there for like the Super Mario Brothers warp zone. They have that building that is right there. Moss Stone Village. That is the about the most boring village in the whole game. Came across it. Had like a couple buildings, no villagers, nothing. Just a couple buildings. Yeah, it was, but it's the village, so another fortress. That's the whole thing you saw in the trailer, and that's it's where the end pearl is and all that fun stuff. So, and the only way I can say is how to find it, just look into the fire to find the secret, and that's all I got to tell you. And then you can probably find it from there, but you have to look. You gotta look into the fire, and then you'll find how to get to the Nether Fortress from there. So, and you have to go through Winterfall to find this. So, North Dirtville. That was the first village built after New Derpolis. So when I was traveling north, I built Dirtville was the first auto spawn village in the world. Northern Deep Slate Caverns. That's the first caverns I came across after the Deep Slate update. That's the first caverns I came across, and I made that a kind of a point of interest. Also, Blanco. That's a village way, like I said, way out there that we're still trying to connect up with the rest of it, but it's way out there. So I'm worried about that right now. Pear Village. That's my nephew's village. He's got to take care of. Um, that's his thing. Um, this is the location of some of the pillager outposts. I know of two other ones because I saw them on a map. I did a overview of my whole world, and you can see where they are, but I haven't physically been there to actually visually see the outposts. But I know there's two. There's one in the west and northwest quadrants of the world. So I just don't know exactly what the coordinates are. And there's a couple others too. I don't remember where they are. I just remember they were. I just remember coming across them. I didn't get the coordinates, so I know there's a couple more. Quagmire Cove. That was just a place I found that's over there near in the Pillager territory. Um, Sandstone Village. That is an old village. That's the one that was kind of up in the Sand Mountains around New Derpolis, and it was just a village that was sitting there for the whole longest time, and I never came across it because it matched the whole mountain. And I came across it one day. I was, oh, there's a little village right here. So it's not far from New Derpolis. Savannah Village. That's when the Savannah Biome or whatever when that became a thing. That's the first village I came across. That was Savannah Biome. That is the Sean village. That's Sean, but spelled differently. That's my village, and that's my own personal village. I my own my little go-to place, I guess. I go there and just hang out and check on my villagers and stuff. And it's like it's my little piece of uh uh happiness, or have an inside a piece of happiness. I guess you could say. There's nothing to it. It's just a really cool place. I an auto spawn place I found, and I was like, I'll take that as my own village. Seahorse Junction. That is a junction to the south where the railway ends. The main artery railway ends, and you have to take boat after that to get any further south. So that's the Seahorse Junction. South Dirtville, that is my wife's location. North Dirtville is under my house, and South Dirtville is under our house, but it's managed by her. That's her thing, like South, the Haven Villages of Haven. That's her thing, and so is South Shore Cove. That's her area too that she's taken over. Spruce Village. That is a village in the west. This little village I came across and it was a spruce biome, so named it Spruce Village. Swamp Lake Village. That's in the if I remember right, that's in the villager territory, and it's exactly what it says. A village that spawned in a village in a swamp. So it was really cool. Taiga, uh, village. The same thing. I found a village in that biome named that. Totem of the Dying Temple is one of and one thing I haven't come across in this world that I came across a lot in the first Dark World were these um jungle fortress or whatever with the jungle temples. I've only come across two. One is this one. The other one I remember coming across it, but I don't remember where it is now. I forgot where it was, but I remember coming across it. And that's where, in the world, that's where you can go find the Totem of the Undying Temple. The Totem of the Undying. So if you need one of those, you're a survival world, you can go there and find one of those. That's where I put the Totem of Undying. So if you die, you come back. But it's that we're in creative mode more than anything. So that's really not necessary. I'll just leave it there. And if we go in survival, just remember that's over there and we go from there. So town of Estros. That's that big auto spawn world that was already kind of built out. So town of Icarus. Town of Icarus is that, and that's when I was thinking. I was told you previously, and it's one of the trailer. It's that floating village, and I kind of did Kid Icarus with it, the wings and being in the air, stuff like that. That's what I named it after. It was the town of Icarus, and that is the most unique village I have seen in Minecraft yet. And that probably has to do with it being an amplified world. And the amplified world really changes things. It really puts Minecraft on, flips it over and creates some of these amazing things sometimes. And I played the first Derp World was on the flat normal because when Amplify came out, you really most of our computers couldn't run it anyways. But by the time 2015 came around, the amplified world and the world files were stable enough where we could run it side by side, and then that's all we've done ever since. Is I had nothing but amplified worlds. But at the time, amplified worlds took a lot of processing power out of your computer to run, and it would crash a lot. So we never really did amplified worlds until we got Super Derp World up and running, and it was like once we found out it was stable enough on the server and everything, wouldn't crash, and people connected to it. If we had a decent computer, it would run. We were good. It's like okay, we're going with that then. So 'cause the ampli I love vanilla run Minecraft, but the amplified world, it has a different feel to it. It makes the game feel so much different. It really does. It makes it, if you've seen the movie Avatar with all its floating land masses and stuff like that, that's what I kind of think of it. It has that different feel to it. So Winterfall, there's my castles up there. The Winterfall Tower Bridge. The Tower Bridge is a tower bridge I'm built in reference to a multiplayer map from Unreal Tournament. I think was it called Tower Bridge? Something like that. It's actually like the Tower Bridge that's over in England. It's called the Tower Bridge. And it kind of looks like that too. I guess it's kind of that's what they in the Unreal Tournament game. That's what they were going with. So I just called it the Winterfall Tower Bridge. So it's kind of the before area before you enter Winterfall. So I had to build something that's kind of like, and it's a good. I built it to kind of be like a multiplayer map too, so it might be used as a multiplayer map in the future. So Winter Haven, Wintersport. Wintersport is where you come up when the main artery, the railway, comes to not an end, but it comes to Winterfall, the whole area up there when everything is really starts turning. snow, ice, and it gets really cold up there. And then Wintersport is the pretty much the last water area. When you until you go north, everything there's not much water after that. It's all frozen and everything else like that. And Wintersport, Winter's Haven is me and my wife's vacation area. We go up there and it has our little castle. Our little castle is it was in the trailer too, and it's like we have it set up for Christmas. So we go up there. We'll go up there around Christmas time. Just go hang out, go see the villagers, go make some updates and stuff. Got the Christmas tree. It's got all the like lights going across the top and stuff like that. So it's like it's another home away from home for us. So inside the world. So we'll go up there and hang out. And that was a auto spawn area I came across before I found Winterfall. So it was good. This place was out in the middle of nowhere too. So everything north of Wintersport was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there was nothing up there. So to find things was not easy. So Winterville, Dune Castle, and that castle at Winterhaven. No, Winterhaven's a different place. I'm sorry. Winterville is what I was talking about. Winterhaven is another village I found. Winterville is where our home away from. I'm sorry about that. And it has Dune Castle, and Dune Castle it's a replica of the castle, the real castle that's in England. And was it England? And is in the Monty Python Quest of the Holy Grail, Quest for the Holy Grail movie. So, so I rebuilt that, I rebuilt or did that, and it came out pretty cool looking. It has that really old castle feel to it. So the Woodland Mansion, that's the actual Woodland Mansion I came across with the pillagers and illagers, and it's set up, ready to go fight, and I haven't touched it since. So I figure on a survival just for fun one day. Just go there and a bunch of group of us and go in there and beat up some pillagers, and go from there. So that's Super Derp World. That's all the major locations and stuff like that. And then we'll take a look outside here. Take a view, get a view, a gander. Feels like we've been in here forever. This is what it looks like at nighttime. And I had we're in the middle. That one's like the input into the world, and that's like the output. Like when you leave the server, you go out that stream of light. So for the fun of it. And there's the tower. There's Daenks Tower. The Galaga ship, Gairaga. That's the name of it, Gairaga. The Ocean Temple, which is the spawn area. Nice little fountain. Fireworks factory, Rubik's Cube, moon. So pretty cool stuff. And the Decepticons logo up there. It just looked cool, I guess. I don't know. I was like, I needed something up there. I put it up there, and it's kind of stuck ever since. So let's go back inside here. Close some doors. Keep the AC on, in this place. Now we're gonna go down. Let's go down here. We're gonna go back to the starting area here. I probably need to let a cat out. Give me just a second here. Let me get you to a good spot. I'm gonna take a break and leave it right here for a second. This nice little view. Let's see. Let me put the live scene on. There you go. I'm gonna try to let that do that. Let you sit there. Let me take a break real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Since I know I was going to end this stream, I'm going to try to end it by 10. I don't want to take too long of a break for this one tonight, so got a lot to cover. So okay, so we're back here. So let's head down. I'm gonna go check out the GenX labs later or some other day. But we gotta get over here. We gotta go check out this stuff over here. There's the fireworks factory. We're gonna get to play with that here in a minute. I meant to put that in the trailer or show that and everything. I just couldn't fit it in. It just there wasn't a spot I could put the fireworks in there. I really wanted to do it. I had some really good ideas, but anyways, that's the exit. Oh, the exit from the Mojang Stadium. We'll go check out Mojang Stadium first. Mojang Stadium. This thing's about 85, 90% done, I guess. Welcome to Mojang Stadium, South Entrance, lower levels. Welcome to Mojang Stadium, West District, upper levels. So we want to go to the lower levels. We got to show you the food court. Very important. And we have villagers in here. Yay! So we have the food. Of course, as a stadium, we got to have food, right? So this is what the stadium looks like on the inside. We have the Derpville Bakery. Okay, got all the goodies from the bakery in the world. We have the elixir bar. All your nice elixirs, your waters, your potions, your milk, your water, anything you need. They're having a nice conversation. They're not helping me. Derpville Barbecue. This is where you get all your cooked meats. Yes, this is the good stuff right here, man. They got the smokers going and everything back there. Ocean meats. We got the ocean meats. Got the fish back there. Got some salmon in there. I think that's salmon. And the ocean meats. This is where you get your ocean meats. The elixir bar again, because you can never have too many drink places. People need their drinks. They're thirsty. And then the farm food stuffs. I think we're going to change this name. I think it's going to be taken over by the Golden Apple farm people. So they're located in Derpolis right now. I think. Yeah. So the farm food stuffs. Yeah, the guy in there too. So we'll go around. And here is the entrance into where if you're going to go into the arena, this is where you go. Here's your weapons and armor. And this is where you store here's your ender chest so you can store your stuff, so you don't lose it. So um because you're going to be using these type of things. You're not going to be using the real strong stuff. We want it to be fun, not massacre. And that's just for decoration. So, but this one on the other side. So it's blue side and the red side. So when you go in there for war, this is your entrance. This is another battle. This is another battle arena. There's three. I think I've got 3 places for battle arenas in this world right now. And on this side, we have the same thing: Derpville Bakery, Elixir Bar, Ocean Meats, Derpville Barbecue. The same places down there. So let's go back around there on the other side. Let's see this. This is what the arena looks like from the inside. Pretty cool, huh? And let's go to the other side. Right now, it is a wrestling ring. A fighting arena looks like a steel cage wrestling ring. I had other things set up for it. I had other battle arena type deals in there too, like different types of modes and stuff like that, different playing floors. I had one that was like capture the flag. I had another one that was a boat, use the boat, everything. And I used schematics to save them. Well, for some reason, those schematics got screwed up and got corrupted, and I couldn't use them anymore. So I lost those plays. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the arena, and then you have the power over here. So if there's there's a referee, whoever wins or whatever, you can hit the lever, and you can let everybody know the red team won, or the blue team won. Pretty spiffy, huh? And also, you go over here. There's your seats and everything. So when you come out, of the deal, you get the fireworks. Just like in see, look at that. Isn't that cool? So when you come out of the deal, you get your own fireworks and everything. Pretty spiffy, huh? So you're gonna walk in here, close the door, and you're just gonna fight to the death. Right in here. This is the place to do it. So see, the fight, 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 fight. See, and you can get up on the top rope and then do death from above. See, I know it's the best I could do. I had some other ideas and stuff. I haven't done them yet. And the other ones were I thought they were really cool, but this one came out kind of cool, I guess, for a battle, an idea for a battle arena. So on this side, I think it does it does the same thing. The red versus blue over here. So basically, what I did on the schematics, you can save an area and paste it. And I don't want to really do that. That's probably something I'm going to do sometime soon. Is do like a video on how to do schematics and stuff like that, how to save them for world edit. And some ideas. So this is but you can copy and paste this still, and then you can and then if there's something else here, you can paste it and put it here or something like that. It's all done through World Edit. So I can make this whole play area something different from this spot, and I have to be in this spot to do it right, or it gets all weird. So, anyways, this is the Mojang Stadium, and there's plenty of seating. I'm thinking about I'm gonna probably put some more color for the seating. I think that's the bear seats don't. I'm gonna have to put something. I'm gonna do something. I don't know what yet, but I need to do this place a little bit more color. So instead of making it all quartz, but I use quartz as the base color, and it just with the shadows and everything, it looks pretty cool. So I gotta admit, where's the sun at? Is it going down or is it coming? It's coming up right now, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But we can fix that when we go play with some fireworks. You need to check out the love this. I need to put on here what I'm using for my shaders and stuff like that too. I gotta put that in the description. I gotta remember to do that so everybody knows what I'm using. This is a fireworks factory, and trust me, putting this together to make it do this was not easy. And I'm about to show you. You ready? Look at how technical this is. You got ready for this? Watch this. Look at this monstrosity. Woo! Look at that piece of manufacturing technology at work there. Look at that. That's some redstone in there, people. This is about the best. This is about the most redstoning for one thing I've ever done. And I wanted to do this. I worked on this for hours upon hours upon hours to get this right. And I finally got it right. And don't ask me how to build it. I didn't really take notes or anything. I just kept doing it and doing it until everything worked. It was not easy. So this is the end result, and I think it came out pretty awesome. That was I thought it was pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's the inside of it. Yeah, fun stuff there, huh? Anyways, let's go back to the fireworks. Right. Okay, so now we're coming out of Mojang Stadium, and now we're gonna go into the fireworks factory. Man, people leaving the doors open, man. Let the AC out. That's the launching platform. We go up there, and this is if you come in here, this is a bunch of empty chests. But I need help with this. So when you make a firework, I've got I've got the how to the rough way to make fireworks. So to make your own fireworks, I kind of give you the basic steps on how to do it. But there's so many different ways to make fireworks and so different many options. It's hard to figure it out. So this is kind of a basis to help you figure it out. I think this website, where's the website? Yeah, there it is. I believe that still works. I haven't checked it, but that's where I learned how to put together fireworks, and I put it on there under the fandom wiki for Minecraft. And so if you make fireworks, this is the supplies. This is the supplies I have for the fireworks. I could probably do a video on this too, how to make fireworks. Um, but this is the supplies you need, and then once you finish them, just go ahead and put them in a chest and stuff like that. I wanted to mark them like what type of fireworks there are, but all these chests are empty so far, except for this one right here. So but I just did it to make it look cool. It's more for looks than anything. So fireworks launching platform entrance. Whee! Ah, yeah. So we're at the fireworks platform. In the daytime, you say? Wow, we can fix that. Oh, look at that. Wizard stuff right there. You see that? Minecraft wizard. Ah. So anyways, wizard stuff. I did wizard stuff. So I'm gonna wait to let it get a little bit darker. Oh, I need to let's see. I need to get this one of these stills out of my inventory here. Oh, and I haven't been in third person as much. This is what my guy looks like. That's me. That's my avatar. It's like a Jedi, like a Jedi robe type thing. You see the little sword right there and everything. So, because when I say wizard, I'm more of a space wizard than I am a Lord of the Rings wizard or those type of normal wizards. I've always considered Jedi's and Siths wizards in the Star Wars universe, and they do wizard type stuff, you know, and that's pretty much what my wizard thing is more I'm a more sci-fi wizard than I am, you know, a Dungeons and Dragons wizard. So, but I like all wizards. Wizards are really cool. I like wizards. I always play as a wizard. I try to play as a wizard whenever I play any type of game. So anyways, so without further ado, let's check out the fireworks. You ready, peoples? Check it out. Boom, boom. Yeah. And now you're probably saying, well, why don't I just hit a button that does it automatically? If I did it automatically and somebody hit that button and then turn it off, well, I have to replace those fireworks. So that takes time. It's bunch of copying and writing one piece of code or whatever, or one command or pushing a button. That takes time. So, but anyways, you get where I'm going. It's you know, I like being able to go over here and hit the button and have something come out. So, and this part is very technical too. See how I got it all set up here is the see I have the launchers right there, the droppers, the fireworks in there, and I have all the redstone connected up. So I had to put this underneath this, and so making sure these two things were not connected at all to each other, close to each other, was not easy either. So I have all this connected by redstone as well. So that I think I can show how I built. Other one, man, that was not easy. Like I said, I kept on trial and error, because I kept on having redstone too close to each other or not far enough, and I had repeaters, and I had to make sure that it was a lot of work. So, and I have the same thing over here too. So, you have two people over here, they can make a fireworks show for everybody else. Over here. Cool stuff, huh? I like that. I love fireworks. When Minecraft added fireworks to the game, I was like, oh, that's bro. I jump on that update probably faster than any other update in Minecraft when I found out about fireworks. And I just went to town with fireworks. I just love it. I love it. And I want to create some more. I want to make more of a miniature launcher, more compact one that I can put in certain areas for the fun of it, that you can go by and just hit it, you know. So that's something. But this is the only fireworks launcher area that I have in the game. So, but once you get in here, this is one of the things that's very first at the spawn. You spawn over there, just come over here to the right, come over here, and you get to play with the fireworks. Fun stuff. Oh, that's fireworks. And we have an hour. Sweet. Okay, so now we get to go check out Daenks Tower. Over there's the Jedi Temple, aka the Super Derp World server room. There's a temple you spawn in. These red towers you see them, they kind of look like communication towers, like cell phone tower, not cell phone, like whatever. They are actually there's actually a lightning rod on top of each one of them. So I have them in strategic areas just to make it look cool, like they're separated out, like they're separated in far enough areas, but they actually serve a purpose in certain areas to keep lightning from hitting the structures near them and creating fires. So I was like, because I was like, just having the little rod there was like, okay, that's kind of boring. And I came with that idea, and I was like, and I have those all over the place now because I was like, okay, it adds a little bit of background to the game. So, and by the way, we'll get over to the ATA. I did not, and I want to repeat, I want to put this out there. I want to put this. I did not build that. I did not build that. The honest truth, I tried to build one, and it looked like a dog. I don't even have pictures of it. It was so bad. I wish I took pictures of my first attempt to build that thing. So I went on the line. I was like, okay, I spent a couple hours and I just was not getting anywhere. I was like, I really want one of these guys in my world because I always loved the way they look. And being growing up, I always thought those were the coolest things. Those Imperial Walkers, the ATAs, ATATs, and I was like, and I found a schematic someone built, and I have it over there. It's on a sign. Somebody made it and made a schematic of it, and I took that schematic and pasted it into my world, and it's been in there ever since then. So I always like just looking at it, just having one. I needed there over there, Fort Hoth. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna probably do the same thing. I'm probably gonna do that as a streaming event one night when I'm at Fort Hoth. I want to build a couple of those, put it at Fort Hoth somewhere, just for the fun of it. So when you go to Fort Hoth, you're not disappointed. You actually get to see those guys there. Even though Fort Hoth really doesn't have anything to do with Fort Hoth and Star Wars, it's cold, it snows, and it's called Fort Hoth. It's called Hoth. So I was like, okay, it looks like a fort too. So, anyways, that's that, and then there's the jumping the tweet tweet tweet. I can't remember what those things. Oh, I can't remember what those are called. So, anyways, and here is there's the Grand Hall banner room. That's this way shows you where to go back to where we came from. The Jedi Temple, aka Super Derp World server, the server data center, the data center. That's what I was trying to say, data center. So it's the Super Derp World's data center is right there. It's inside the Minecraft, not Minecraft, the Jedi Temple. So, and we'll go check that out another day. Actually, let's see, it's 9 o'clock. I do want to get to the tower. Let's go check that out real quick. I'll go show it to you real quick. I think we have time because I do want to get through the tower and end up in my office, and we'll just start my office from there from the next Super Derp World viewing. And if you watched this far, thank you very much for watching everything. Like I said, if this actually takes off and becomes a thing someday in the future, you were one of the first persons to see this. So I'm in this world. I know it's probably not as awesome and great as some of the worlds I've seen out there. Ooh, the sun's coming up. This is beautiful, beautiful, perfect. Um, but this world, like I said, it means a lot to me because when I was playing this world, um, I was going through a lot when I was playing, through the years I was playing Minecraft, I was going through a lot in my life too. So, oh yeah, check that view out. We'll just sit there. Let me switch this over to no cam for that. So check that view out. Isn't that pretty? See, this is what happens. I'll sit there and I'll see this, and I'm like, well, this can see my screensaver for a while I do other things. So, how do y'all like that? So basically, what this is, it was a Jedi temple. I came across somebody's. I hope I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know, but I came across somebody's idea for a Jedi temple in Minecraft. I was like, okay, I rebuilt it in with their with their um with their schematic, whatever. I didn't use schematic, but I used their idea in mind, and I went ahead and built the exterior of it, and that was the final. What you saw on the outside, that was it, right? So when I went to build the inside of it, I started looking at the. I try to do for scale 1 to 1, not 1 to 1, but try to do it some type of scale to the actual inside interior and Jedi temple. And I was like, I was probably gonna have to build this thing out. It would have taken me so long to make it accurate. And I was like, well, that's not usually what I do. I'll do certain things like I make something. I'll do something accurate to a point, and then I'll put my own little twist on it and everything. So, but this is the Jedi Temple, and this is what the inside looks like of it. And I just had a crazy idea to use the sea lanterns and those blocks, to make it look like this is a data center. So, I hope y'all enjoy if you're, IT guy and stuff. So I hope you can kind of appreciate where I was going with this. So and the grand scale of this thing too, I just loved how big and awesome it looked, after a while. After I built it, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks cool. So I got the walls done and I was like, what am I gonna do? Because I wanted these grand hall things. I wanted to give it depth and scale. And if I did it to scale, or if I did it to what the Jedi Temple was like, it wasn't like this. So I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it like this and just build it out. And I put some servers in there. So we'll go in the server room real quick and one of the server rooms and check it out. Dang, Enderman. This is the server rooms. And how I did this, if you want to know how I did it, let's see. Uh, no, 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 not Neverstep. That's what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Uh, what are those called? Um, oh, they are observers. That's it. So you put one observer facing this way, and then you put the other one facing that way, and you get blinking. You get blinking. And if you don't want it to blink, you turn it the other way, or do what I did. And for some reason, some of them work, some of them don't, but they're actually that way. So, but yeah, if you want to get blinking, I like the blinking. If you want to get that, then that's how you do it. I found that out just by chance one day, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I wonder I tried to do what I was playing around with the servers to see what they could do when they first came out. I was like, oh, okay, so that's pretty cool. So, all right, let's get back over here. So we'll go to level 2. It's kind of another route to these server rooms right there, and another level right here. And then we have back to level 1. And then we got to level 3. Level 3, you can go out on the outside deck, go check out everything. Ooh, look at that. Majestic, man. That's what I'm saying. These simplified worlds. Majestic. Oh, there's a starter story right there. Pretty cool. And then over here, there's some rooms I've been building out a little bit. This is like a representation of of Super Derp World. Now here's a plan, and if anybody watches this and has an idea, this is what I want to do. Super Derp World. So my one, the map, the Super Derp World, the Minecraft map is flat, right? Flat. As far as I know, you can connect worlds with other worlds, and I think me and my CTO, our founder Daenks, Guardian Daenks, he figured out how to connect them. And something I've looked into, and yes, you can do it. I believe you can do it, but I don't want to do it yet. and I don't want it. It takes too much time and effort to do that right now. But what I want to do is to say this is Super Derp World. This is the world I'm playing in. So if you go to all the way to the end, like where the borders are, where as far as you can go in the game, right? The heck? Oh, as far as you can go in the game, and then you hit the wall that you can't pass. That would be right here. Let's say right here. And then you would go to the other world to a spawn, and it connects you to a completely different world, but it's actually in the same world. So this would be super. So right now we're in Super Derp World 1. And then you would go to Super Derp World 2, which would take you to the spawn of that world, but you can connect different worlds by these spawns. And what I want to do is I want to build a railway all the way out there. I know that's going to take forever to get out there, but I want to at least build a railway to get out there, plus a spawner to get out there. So if you want to go to another world, then you can. And then the other worlds we can make, and I think we can make I mean, maybe with mods or something like that, or just biome changes. When you go to these worlds, it's frozen. The whole world is nothing but ice and stuff like that. And this one down here too. So one, two, three, four, five, six worlds in one, if you kind of follow me. So that's my hope in the future to do. I know you can do it. I would need a lot more help to get that off the ground. But that's my kind of my goal for this world, is to expand it where it encompasses, and I mean, say somebody else's world that they've been working on for years and stuff like that. We can connect their world with my world, so when you go through my world, you can get to their world through my world, and vice versa. So as I bring people on, and if there's some of these heavier users like I am, and creators that want to even try that and test that out, let me know. I don't want to do it yet. I got plenty on my plate to do. This is in the future. Probably next year, maybe, if I find the right people to help me out with it to do it. I think it would be really cool. I think it's a really cool idea, and I just hope I can do that someday. But I'm not looking to do that anytime now. I don't have the time to even put mental energy to it, because I have limited bandwidth at my age now. Trust me, I can't do all the things anymore, but I can still build things, which is kind of cool. So anyway, so there's that room. There's a couple of rooms on the other side that aren't kind of built out yet. And here's like the library of the tower that I built. And this is built like the libraries when you find them in the real world, and in the Minecraft world, in strongholds and stuff like that. I kind of built them out to mimic those. This is what they kind of look like, but I made them look really cool and everything, little real cool looking libraries and stuff. And now since we have those newer bookcases where you can put books in there, I might put those in there to give it a little bit more depth in the library area. So, and I don't remember what was the other two. I don't know if I've even built out these other two rooms yet or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is like the dedication room to certain players. I'm trying to build this out where my guy is going to be right there with my armor, and then my information, Guardian Daenks, Proto, Mariposa, anybody who's been on the server for a while. And then this is just kind of I was just playing around with you know whatever right here. I don't know what I was doing. They look like lightsabers, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep that or not. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It looks kind of cool. So let's see what's over here. Empty. Boy, we have a lot of room for activities in there. So let's see. Let's exit. Let's go back down. Level 2. Down to level 1. Then we'll go to the top. Oh, that's right. We have to go to level 2 to get to the top. That's right. Shows you how long it's been since I've been over here. Upper levels. There we go. We look at the view. Elevator. Oh, these are called hydro lifts, like turbo lifts from Star Trek. You know, the turbo lifts they get you wherever you need to go in the Enterprise. These are hydro lifts. I call them hydro lifts. I don't know if they're bubble elevator. I think they're called bubble elevators, whatever. But I like calling them hydro lifts. So I have them all throughout the game. I'm very happy that this is a thing because actually trying to build actual elevators. No, I'll forget it. I ain't got time for all that. Those things just clunky, and they're never gonna build actual elevators. So got some more guards. Got the kind of view outside, how far up we are. Towers, and each tower, they're connected. Let's see those towers, but I don't have anything up there yet. They're empty. I didn't really have an idea to what to put in those towers, so they're just there for looks right now. Now we go up to the High Council Chamber. Whee! Isn't that pretty? And Stormtrooper, guard. See, I don't give them blasters. They get swords. At least they can hit something with those, I think. Chamber. And it's the best thing I could the best I could do as far as making it look like this the High Council Chamber and the Jedi Tower, the Jedi Temple. So this is the best I could do. It came out looking okay, I guess. I had the ceiling's awesome. Look at the ceiling. I did a really great job on the ceiling. And this part was just I was like, I thought I had better ideas for this, but it's just never nothing really looked right. So, but of course, you know, it doesn't look too bad. We're all standing around talking in the chamber and stuff. This is cool area to chill and stuff and talk about Minecraft things. I guess I don't know. Anyways, that's kind of cool. So basically, I took the idea of building the Jedi Temple, and this is what the end result was with it. I just had the idea, didn't really have much to go on when I first started, and this was the end result. So that's what I do with some of my projects. I'll get an idea, and I'll just work on it and play with it until it becomes something. So I get the ideas. The creativity's gotta follow along. Sometimes creativity doesn't follow along as fast as the ideas come up. So this is so big, I forget which way to go. Okay, we just go. Let's go to the first level. I think it's this way. Oh dang it, wrong way. It's the back wall. Here, there we go. Take the scenic route. And what I've noticed, especially with the shaders I'm using and everything, and the lighting and stuff, using one type of block like a quartz or something like that, shadows, man. You don't need color. I've noticed per se, you just need shadows. The shadows makes things so much. It gives the things so much more depth. And I was like, okay, cool, because and also something I didn't mention about that ways to that's ways back to Mojang Stadium. That ways to it's still work in progress. Um, and also this whole area, New Derpolis City, is all zombie free, or it's a. If I'll show you what biome it is. It's in the mushroom biome. Where's my biomes at? There it is, the top left. Mushroom fields. So I replaced the biomes, and this whole area is safe. Safe. It says safe zone. So whenever you're in New Derpolis City, you shouldn't be bothered by anything. Oh, it's raining. See. Look at that. See, that's why there's a roof or there's a overhang right there. So you can get rained on. So but this whole area is safe, so that's why it's not lit up as much. And I'm very happy about that because it makes it having everything just lit up kind of ruins the depth of everything. So, um, yeah, we'll just go back in the Daenks Tower. We're kind of running out of time here. So, anyways, underneath there's the entrance, and this area, this is about the way it looks. The overhang, the lot of this is what it has looked like mostly since I first built. So this is going back to 2016, 2017, maybe 2015, 2016 when this tower was starting to be built. So this area hasn't changed very much, except for the map in the back and the stormtrooper guards. That's about it. Everything else, and the signs over there showing where everything is. So when you're first here, you're greeted by Mr. Bigglesworth and Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbs, and Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers. Those are the two key cats right there. And this Daenks Tower, this is the tower that's named after our CTO and the founder, Guardian Daenks. There's the elevator subway system either side. And let's go ahead here real quick to show you what's this way. So the aquarium pyramid, which was check out our robot arms apartments. Oh my gosh, that's misspelled. I gotta fix that. Can't have that. Derplin Mansion, Hyrule, and Derpolis City. So that's that one. You can see the robot arms. And then since I mentioned that, let me go show y'all real quick. So I can give the dues to the person who built this thing because this is freaking awesome. If that person ever reached out to me, I would love to talk. That's just it's freaking. I'll mess with that later because it's got an inside and everything. That's a whole thing right there. Star Wars AT-AT Imperial Walker created by Blue Squadron. Okay, Blue Squadron, I believe is a schematic, so but I don't know where I got it from. Maybe somewhere in Minecraft or something. Anyways, Blue Squadron. So that's who created it. And I hope I kept their information. So, but I did not build that. I just want to say that. But everything else, mostly everything else you see, is I built, except for the monument. Of course, I built that out. But in the building is mostly I built. The blueprint, the plans in the first building of Derp World of Daenks Tower was built by Guardian Daenks. He built the tower. And it mimicked our tower we used to work in, the building we worked in downtown at our job, and this is pretty similar to the building that we worked in. So we kind of built the same building just for the fun of it. So. And you get greeted by a receptionist, key cats, which makes sense. Show you all the different levels here. Daenks Tower, the lobby, which we're in. The second floor is restaurant. I'll show you that one. Third floor is medical center. Fourth is Initech from Office Space. You know what I'm talking about. 5 is the Mushroom Consulate. That's the Mushroom Island. That's their office space. 6th floor is vacant. 6th floor, any vacant space that's in this building, first come, first serve. So if you ever join the server and you want to start building out a area in the floor, let me know first before you start building out. Let me know what your idea, if you're going to take over the whole floor, half the floor, or something like that. If you have a really good idea for a whole floor, then go right ahead with the whole floor. But if you want to cut it in half or just have a corner office or something like that, and give more space to other people too, that's cool too, because we plan on building more buildings and have more office space. There's more office space in Derpolis, Paris, and I think we have some more office space somewhere else. I don't remember, but for as far as here in New Derpolis City, this is about all the office space we have right now. And then 7th floor, Doggo Wolf's. That's the Doggo's office. 8 is the office of my wife's office, Mayor Post's office. Floor 9 is the Olive and Sasha Seafood Company, and that is our key cats, Olive and Sasha. They have their own seafood company. in the game. 10 ER. I just want to let you figure out what that is. Just look at it, brainstorm. What do you think it is? Emergency room, maybe? Maybe. If you're in dire needs, like, I need to go to the ER. It's like, no, you're going to end up in the ER with this company. Trust me, I know. They had a lot of bad reviews on Minecraft. They have a lot of, if there's a Minecraft thingy app or something in this world, they have a lot of bad reviews. So, but they're a monopoly though. They're the only company that builds the railways. So, and this world's not perfect. Office level 11 is the offices of Darshanal, which is me, the server admin. Actually, that's got to say, I should change that. I got to start saying that. That's my old one. Let's do GenX Wizard. That's right. That's what I was going to do. Server wizard. Server wizard. Admin server wizard. Offices of GenX wizard. Can I put D in there too? Nope, this GenX wizard. Okay. So I need to go fix that on the other side too. Throw that on the other side. And this is the way to the subway system. I'm going to show that real quick before we go up in the tower. And here's the subway system. We'll take this later when we got to go south. South Derpville, south. These railways. This is the incoming. This is the departing over here. For to go south railway to South Derpville, Derp Vegas, Dragon's Mount, Derp Dark Ancient Cities, and Haven. So that's the route you go for that. And this is where everybody comes in. So this is the part of the subway system, and this is the part of the subway system that gets you to the other side, to the other parts in here. And just to let you know, for people who are watching this and getting used to Super Derp World, the best, if anybody's got a better way to do this, because I want this railway to go straight through. So what you do is, to get this going, you just give yourself, if there's not a cart here already, just have a cart, get in it, and then push forward, and then hit the button. If you follow me, because you got to get the cart going, move forward, and then hit the button, and you get going. Kind of follow me on that. So that's how that works. Because I don't want to put anything blocking the railway. I want it to keep going through. So if you want to get to the next route, you just go forward and hit the button and keep going. So that's the best way I can do it. So, but that's the subway. That's the subway system in a nutshell. And we'll probably do it. We'll probably take that. Take the subway later. Not necessary right now. And then second floor, 12th floor is vacant. 13 through 16 is under construction. Those floors are taken by other houses at the moment. There's some other stuff going on, but we'll bypass those offices. Some of the elevators don't work in those offices anyway, so to get those floors. Floor 17 is conference room. Floor 18, the Yield Inn and Suites. So this is a company that's for vacation. If you're on vacation in one of these places and you see Yield Inn and Suite, this one isn't. This is kind of like a more fancier version of it that's in this tower, but the actual one that's here, which we'll get to check out when we go to Mariposa's farm in their episode of Super Derp World. The Yield Inn and Suites is the only building that survived the first Derp World. So the first Derp World file was so corrupted after it crashed on us that it was very difficult to navigate through the world. It's hard to explain, but you couldn't go places, you couldn't do anything. It was the only place I was able to copy out, create a schematic of it, and bring it back into this world. It was the only thing I was able to save. Everything else was messed up. And if I copy anything that was maybe half messed up or 3/4 messed up, I don't think it would come over right. It'd probably be all messed up in the file anyway. So I didn't worry about that. This was the only thing we were able to save. And there's one here. There's this one in this building. but that's not the one I'm talking about. It's not the actual building. This is just the company, the franchise, I guess you could say. And the other one is here on the way to Mariposa's farm, right there. That's the actual one I copied out. No, that's not the actual one. Yes, that's the actual one I copied out. And then I copied it again and put it in North Derpville. So when you go to North Derpville, there's another one there. I want to say there's another one somewhere else too. I don't remember now. Maybe I put it at Derparis. I don't remember. So, or Dirt, something like that. So, and then 19 is the penthouse, and 20th floor is the suite. So let's go check it out. Here's the elevators. Let's change this sign. Oh, I gotta change the sign. GenX Wizard. Server Wizard. I gotta go change that sign over there too. Yeah, I got. So since I'm got this all going, I had to go around and change some things here and there, and I forgot about that. I hope y'all like the name too, GenX Wizard. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. I thought of floor 2. So we'll go to floor 2. Floor 2 is the restaurant. Get your seats. Seats look outside, right there. And here's the cafeteria area. This is all the things on their menu. It's working cafeteria out there. Here's your plate. You can put your plate right there and stuff like that. So you get the idea. It works back there. It's a working cafeteria. Authorized personnel only. Very important. Let's see if all my elevators are working. These are the teleporters. These teleporters using those command blocks, man. Sometimes they can get kind of funky. So let's go to floor 3. Floor 3 is the medical level. So in case you get hurt, this is where you come. Oh, we don't have a receptionist for the medical. Oh, we need a key cat. We need to go find a key cat. We need a key cat for the medical level. We don't have a receptionist here. Oh, Mariposa, put that on your to-do list. We need to get a kitty cat for the medical level, please. Thank you. We need somebody to say hi to people who come here. They're hurting. They're probably a zombie ate them or something. It took a bite out of them, or they got an arrow in the back of their head from the skeleton, man. So, but and then you have to hit the button to get in. It says it's authorized for restricted area. So, but you have to hit the button right here, and then see, it's a delay. That's right. I put it on delay because I couldn't make it in time, so I put it on a delay. So anyway, so here's the medical here. Here's the places for people to work, all that. Here's the place where you go to get well. It makes your potions, make you feel better. Right there next to that, right there where you're sleeping, you make your own potions and stuff. There's your water with the drip. So it's always cool. The drip thing's really cool. I found that out. So basically, you put a water block right here, and it'll drip using a dripstone or whatever. And what are those called in the world? Dang, I can't remember what those. Let's see. Those are what are they called? Pointed dripstone. Okay. And it will refill the barrel or the cauldron up. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So you can take some water and it'll refill itself. And that's about it for the medical level. There's not much to it. I didn't really build it out as much as I would like. So. Floor number 4. Initech. So if you watch the movie Office Space, I had this idea for an office, an Initech office. And this is about the best I got. I thought it was a kind of little cool Easter egg for people who know what I'm talking about. I was a big fan of the movie, so I love the movie. So I created Initech. Here's Bill Lumberg's office, I think. There's the receptionist for him. The water coolers, Initech, is this good for the company? What would you say you do here? And look, I've made it derp timber, a calendar, derp timber. Everything is derp. ever since the word I figured out the word dirt became part of this server, I put it for everything pretty much. I try to at least. Dirt timber calendar. It's a perfect calendar for dirt timber because we don't know what it is. And here's a computer, computer monitor, some seats, so made it kind of look like cubicles and stuff like that. I have people skills. I'm good at dealing with people. Ah, I love my imagination at times. And then there's the conference room. I was working on that conference room where the lumbers were talking to, or not lumbers, the, what were the two guys that are in, I forgot. My brain's not working right now. But that was the conference room that was in the movie. I was trying to replicate that area, so reproduce that area. All right, floor number 5. Floor 5, the Mushroom Kingdom Consulate. Yes, please keep the door closed. We don't need them getting out and going to other floors. They've done that before. So they have their own mushroom biome in their own floor. Look at this. And it makes them feel like home. Look at that. Look at that. And here is an over the map overlay or the map of their actual mushroom islands that are in the world. So this is the Murauderates. Sorry about that. Mushroom Island North and Mushroom Island South. That one's a little bit bigger. So in the trailer you saw this one, and that one's the southern one. Was this? No, in the trailer you saw that one. The northern, you didn't see the northern one, I believe. You saw the trailer, yeah, because it's got that. They both have that pier though. But I think it's this one you saw, anyways. So yeah, they have their own thing. They have their own office and they do their things in here. Whatever they do mushroom cow things. I don't ask questions. They pay the bills around here, so somewhat. I guess you call it bills, whatever they call it. Floor 6 to 10. All right, so floor 6. This is just this hasn't been built out to anything yet. So now we go to floor 7. Doggo wolves. They're out running around. We don't have any dog. We gotta wrangle up the doggo wolves. They were on an adventure with us in survival, so we need to bring them back here. And we need some of the consulate back here. We gotta talk to them about things, and they're nowhere to be found. So, anyways, floor 8. The offices of Mariposa XL House Archetype. 8th floor. This is my wife's office, and it's decorated beautifully. Look at this artwork. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And it's the brightest floor of the all. You can see it from outside the building. Yeah, you can tell which one has her floor. It's the brightest one. There's her banner. Like, dude, which one is her floor? Oh, it's the one. This is the brightest one in the bunch. So, and this is her ban. This is her banners for some of her banners, and this is her areas. So she's that's under her domain, I guess. South Dirtville, the Havenstone, Havensport, Haven Junction, and then this is what her farm looks like from overhead, and then this is South Haven. So this is the bigger one of the Haven villages, and then her farm. And then her house archetype. We under house archetype. Let's see. I gotta fix that. All right. Okay, let me fix this real quick. Oh, I gotta edit it. It won't let me edit. Okay. Okay, that's right. I guess I'll just put it back. I'll edit it later. When I was supposed to say GenX Wizard. Anyways, Cobblestone Village, Frozen Outpost, Villages of Haven, Mariposa's Farm, North Dirtville, Sean Village, South Dirtville, South Shore Cove, Winterfall, Winter's Port, Winterville, and that's it. That's everything that's under house archetype in this world. So that's all our stuff. So, all right, and there's plenty of room for everybody else's stuff. So yeah, she did a great job on it. It's cute. She's using a bunch of things that I wouldn't even thought of using. So, but it comes out. It looks pretty cool. All right, so that was 8. So we'll go to floor 9. Oh, the Olive and Salsa Seafood Company, the Puffer Fish Restaurant. So welcome to the Puffer Fish, the sushi fusion cuisine, sushi fusion cuisine. And you can see this is what's on the menu, and puffer fish. So see, so the fish, and they got that, like that. So pretty cool, huh? Got a nice little theme to it. And then the Olive and Sasha Seafood Company, Ocean Meats, and Pufferfish. So they own the Pufferfish restaurant and the Ocean Meats. Remember in Mojang Stadium, the little food court, the food corridor, they own the Ocean Meats. When you walk in here, you're greeted with a litter box. I mean, if you're a cat, you would appreciate that. You walk in, hey, there's a litter box right there. I'll go ahead and use it, you know. And here we go. Here are the princesses and all that fun stuff. There. Okay, so here is our cats. We need to add one more to the mix. We have another one called Jasmine. We need to add to these right here. This is Sasha. This is our cat. Of course, she's one of the queens. And of course, we had the Olive. She's the one you saw earlier in the stream. So that's Olive. This is my wife's. I mean, they're both it was a package deal when my wife brought them both Sasha and Olive. And Sasha is more her cat. Olive is more my cat, and she's pretty much my spirit animal. She's a special cat, very special cat, and yes, bad kitty cat, but she's good kitty cat. It's hard to explain. So. And here's the rest of the family. There's Tabby, there's Nabisco, there's Purpose. These are like her family's kitty cats on her side of the family. Melody and Gracie. And Jasmine's on our side of the family, my side of the family. We don't have her on here yet, but we definitely need to get Jasmine on here. So that's all the kitty cats in the family. So they're all represented in the world too. And I thought that was a really awesome idea. When I thought of it, I was like, yeah, of course we're gonna get the kitty cat in our deal. Oh, that reminds me of something I need to do. Give me just a second, folks. I just remembered something I wanted to do. All right. Notes, Minecraft. Updating my spreadsheet here. I might show my spreadsheet one day soon. I wanted to show the map. I probably want to get to the map, so I want to finish the tower and show the map if I can before I jump off. Kind of give you a better idea where everything is. That poses a question though. Okay. Anyways, so that's their offices, and then now we go to floor 10. Express Railways. I told you to ask you what you thought that was. So it's Express. Instead of going to ER, you're going to go to Express Railways. This is the offices of Express Railways, and these are the people who will put you in the ER because because it's just a joke that their railways don't work right. And so anytime. Oh, I still got the spreadsheet. Can't see what's going on. Okay. Anytime you have any problem, if you're playing in this world, anytime you have any problems, it's their fault, not mine. It's their fault. I'm blaming on somebody. It's their fault. Free example. So we'll do the free example. You ready? Oh, wait a minute. Free example. Hit that button. Oh, there's no more. Oh, there's no more cards. Okay. So I had this crazy idea to do. So when you go to their offices, they can show you how the product works. You ready? Yep. You get to see how their product works in their office. So you get to use the railway around their whole office. Now you ask me what office has this type of, Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. See? Get to experience the fun of riding on express railways. See? There you go. See, wasn't that great? Okay. I know it's dumb. It was an awesome idea at the time, though. All their different rail. I still need to build this out. It's gonna be like there's gonna be like cubicles, desks, and stuff, and it's gonna make it look like an office and it's a little sales room right here or something like that. So they have some mottos. It's better to be late than never getting there. That's one of their mottos. And enjoy the destination, not the journey. See, their motto. They need to work on their public relations a little bit too. But Express Railways has some issues. And I don't know if they're under my umbrella as far as companies go. I probably try to sell them off and like hope for the best. So levels 11 through 15. See, I need to change that. Office of the GenX Wizard. That is hard to read. That's fine. Office of the GenX Wizard House Archetype. Okay, cool. There's some more of my stormtroopers there. GenX Wizard. And here's the how do you get to my office? Got a nice little view. There's the derpy derpy castle. There's the bouncy castle right there. Maybe I should rename it Derpy Bouncy Castle or something. Derpy Castle. And here is my receptionist. This is Snowball. Snowball was a kitty cat of mine when I was first growing up. Snowball, white kitty. I just remember white kitty cat was like 4, 3, 4, 5, somewhere around there. We had a white kitty cat. And I just remember his name was Snowball. And that's Snowball meeting us at the entrance. And now we go into my office and I have lights. Check this out. Ready? I've got candles up if I want to turn the lights on. Ta-da! I got lights. See, look at that. I'm modernized in Minecraft. Look at that. I got a light switch on the wall and everything. Anyways. So here you go. This is my areas right here. So let me try to remember. I need to put signage on these to know. I thought I put some signage somewhere to let me know where everything is. So that right here is Eastros. One up there is North Derpville. That's Mega Derplantis. That is Winterville. That's where Dune Castle is. That one is Mariposa's farm, part of her farm. There's New Derpolis City, and there is Winterfall, my castle, right there. So, and what these are, when I put these in the world in people's offices, think of like monitors. Like these are monitors on the wall that you're actually seeing live time. What everything looks like right now. Just that's kind of what I thought when I did them. So, and there's our house archetype book. I need to update those. And this little key cat right here is named Furball. That is Furball. Furball was my kitty cat. The story with Furball is a work colleague of mine at the time in 1995, I think. Yeah, somewhere right there. Work colleague of mine knew somebody that was getting that had kittens, and we were talking about me and my girlfriend at the time were talking about getting a kitten for the apartment. And so we went over there, and there was this. We go there. They were in their garage. There's a box of these little kittens bouncing around and everything. So I sat down in the chair or something. And one kitty cat came up there, and I picked them up and put them right there on my knee. And he just sat there watching the other kitty cats. Just like, this is the one I want. He picked me, and I picked him because I was like, he's the one that's going to watch all the other idiots, or not idiots. I don't want to say idiots. That's not a right word. But all the other ones, and he's going to sit there and like, cool, all right, I could be doing that. I would just sit here and think about it and watch all, do things. So he was the one watching the other kids. So I was like, that's one I want. And he was a very cool key cat. He was with me. It was just me and him after the girlfriend. It was me and him for years, and then he was the key cat that everybody came over. He was the party key cat too. He got the party with us, and he was a really cool key cat. Everybody loved him and stuff like that. And And then he became. And then when I moved out, the apartment complex I was going to was charging an arm and a leg for cats, and I couldn't afford it at a time. For animals, if you brought an animal, they were going to charge an arm and a leg. I was like, well, I can't afford the extra money, so I was like, well, let me take the kitty cat. Let me take Furball over to my parents' place, and him and my dad just grew attached big time. It's like and so when I moved to my next place, there I couldn't bear to take him away because he was giving so much joy to my dad over the years. And then my dad would call me up. My dad would just call me up for random things, and he would say, um, you know what your cat just did, and he was just, I mean, he would call me and tell me what's on the TV, what he liked on the TV. When it was like, you know what I'm just on the TV is probably about a car, his Camaro, or just something sports related or something like that. And then he would call me, you know what your cat just did, and he'd get to tell me all about how bad my kitty cat was. And I get over there, he's purring up a storm, being all nice. It's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Not this kitty cat. This kitty cat's nice, and he's a good guy. He's a good boy. And it was fun. We made fun of it. He loved my dad, and the problem was I was working so much. Furball was by himself in the apartment all the time, and I found out going home one day. I heard Furball meow, and I was like, I knocked on the next door, and so I told him, I was sorry. I was sorry about the um noise. It's like I talked to him. I'm being a nice neighbor. It's like I'm so sorry if you hear my cat meow. I don't know what's wrong with them, but it's like yeah, and it sounds like how do you hear him do that often? He said yeah, he seems like he meows a lot during the day. And it's like yeah, when I'm not there, probably. It's like yeah, probably. And it's like yeah, so, and he was missing me. He was missing just somebody there. So I was like, but so when I took him over to my parents' place, that stopped, and he became really lazy and all that. So he became more of he calmed down and everything because he always had a human there, and he would lay, and he was a chest. Like, he would just lay on you. He would just melt on you, chest, stomach, and once he laid down, it didn't matter if he was comfortable or not. He wasn't moving, and so he would do that to me when he was growing up as a kid. And he started right here. He would just be right here under my chin, and as he grew, he just kept growing farther and farther down. So but he did that to my dad. When I'd be over there, I would come home, and come say hi, walk in the door and stuff. I see him, and he's there, and he looks at me. And he's like, ah, "I'm comfortable, but I guess I'll get up." So it takes him forever. He's just like he moves. He just does this number sign, stretches, and then he just jumps down and it's like, all right. And he plops down, the stomach is out, and it's like, all right, pet the stomach. And of course, it's always a trap every time with Furball because Furball, you go for the stomach, it's so soft, that white fur. Ah. And then he'd be attacking the hand right after it. So, it was always because that's the way I played with him. I always played with him as a little kid, and we played a lot. He was really playful, and he loved playing. And he got to the point he played so well that I never got him declawed, of course. um and I never really trimmed his nails, but he learned how to play with me by gnawing. Like, he would hold on with his teeth but not hurt, same with his claws. And he was really fun to play with because he wouldn't scratch you. But there's sometimes he would start getting kind of really rough, and then he would scratch you. But that's cats. They'll cats do that sometimes. So but anyways, but that's Furball, and I miss him. He passed away. Gosh, 20, 2006, 5, 4, son. I just can't remember. It was around that. So he was alive for roughly 10, 11 years, I think, maybe 12, something like that. But yeah, I miss him. He was my little guy. So I miss him. And now I have three. I have Olive, and I have Sasha, and I have Jasmine, and I have plenty, and they're all girls. So, and I'm outnumbered over here, girls. So the ratio girls guy, I'm the only one. There's girls all around me. But I'm surrounded by cuteness. So that's the cool part. So every day is not a bad day when you're surrounded by that much cuteness. That's another GenX Wizard quote. You can probably quote me on that one. So. Anyways, so there's my office. Let's see. Let's go up a couple more floors, and we'll end at my office here. We'll come back here. Let's see. Floor number 12. I don't think. Let's see. Floor 12. That one's okay. So all the rest of these are being built out. So let's go back to 11. And then this is how doing an elevator system in a building is not easy. Doing this, it takes a little bit of work and figuring out what the heck, what the heck am I doing? So, oh yeah, restricted area. Oh yeah, this is right. Floor 16. So this is the Daenks Tower server room. That's right. Floor 16 was the server room for Daenks Tower. That's right. Yeah, so we have our own little server room in the tower, and I'm hoping to put these little server rooms in like buildings and other places, just so to give the world a little bit more depth, I guess. I don't think there's anything floor 17. Oh yeah, the conference. Okay, so we're above the other ones. The other floors are being worked on right now. So here's like the view, like the view of everything. View deck. That's what I was saying. The view deck. So pretty spiffy, huh? There's the railroad. Not the railroad. The roller coaster. There's the Derpland Mansion. There's Mega Man. Oh, by the way, if anybody watched my deal for Mega Man, I'm sorry about the rage. I rage quit Mega Man so hard last night when I played it. That game was harder than I remember. And then I was like, man, I just got tired of having to restart and restart. And if you know me, I don't like dying at all. So yeah. So I was not a happy camper last night playing Mega Man. I might play it again, try to win it, but I didn't want to waste people's time watching it with that bad of play because I haven't played that game in a while, so honestly. And I'll pick up a level or two. I'll just go in there and play it on my emulators. Like I'll play a level of Mega Man just for the fun of it, but I haven't played I haven't played it full and shoot the 90s maybe longer than that. I haven't played full Mega Man at all. So, and here's the conference room here in the in Daenks Tower. I need to make that bigger. I need to make that a little bit bigger. So, but here's a nice little conference room. I need to update this conference room a little bit. It looks a little dated, 'cause the chairs and stuff like that. The chairs in the banner room look a lot better. So, but this room was one of the first rooms, along with the restaurant, that was built out when this tower was built. So, and this tower was actually extended too. The height of it, I extended it by 5 or 10 floors. I can't remember. It went up to floor 13 or 12, something like that originally, and I extended it up because it looked weird when I brought when I it was that many floors, but an update. Oh, the height, when the height of the that one update that raised the height limit, I was like, okay, now I can start building higher with some of these. And that was the first thing I did. I built the tower higher because I had a lot more floors I could do. And if needed, we could probably add another couple more floors, but I think I'm done. That's going to just take too much work. So this floor is we're still on the conference room floor. Okay, 419, the penthouse suite. Yeah, this is the Ye Old Inn Suites. You check in right here. You can come stay in one of the rooms. So they're all this is the mangrove suite, and we're still working on that one. It's not ready yet. When we say we, it's like a lot of people, but it's not. It's me and a few others. So at the most. So there's a lot of work. There's a lot of projects I still need to work on. Here is a nice little what is this? A spruce suite? The spruce suite. Yeah. See, this one's built out. This is ready to go. You want to see whenever you stay in, in New Derpolis, you can stay at one of the suites. Back here is the Blackstone suite, and this one's oh. Oh, this one, the Blackstone suite's gonna be like the real. It's like it's gonna be half. It's gonna like come to here, and then the other side over here is the other suite. I forgot what that one's gonna be. And then there's okay, so there's gonna be just a few suites in here, I think, or something like that. So it's a work in progress. So floor 19 is the penthouse. And here's the roof access. We won't worry about that. Well, maybe we'll go check it out real quick. Maybe some lights in here. And here we are. We're at the top of Daenks Tower. Look at this view, folks. Look at this. And your first glimpse of Super Derp World was right down there. Thought that was a pretty cool view when I did that going down there. So there's the roller coaster, the bouncy castle, Star Destroyer, Jedi Temple, Donkey Kong. Yep, only me right there would have Donkey Kong next to a Jedi Temple. This dude right here. If you find somebody else has done that before too, for some odd reason, I would like to meet them. But I don't. It just happened that way. I don't. They don't have anything to do with each other, but they're they're there. So man, yeah, we haven't hit the 3 hour mark yet on the stream, but we'll keep going here. And here is the penthouse. You get a nice little aquarium. Look at the fishies right there. They're all stuck in the corner for some reason. Nice little bed, triple bed. Nice little dining room area slash conference room, kind of conference table down here. Nice little fire. Look at that. With the new deep slate rock, you know, cobblestone or whatever. Deep slate. Deep slate. And a little lounge area. And you're going to watch Donkey Kong. That's the only thing that's on the channel for that size TV in the Minecraft world is Donkey Kong. That's it. That's not even the first level either. It's the second level. Just saying. It's Donkey Kong. So there's the penthouse suite. So this is like I don't know how many gold or emeralds that costs for that for a night. So oh yeah, I was supposed to put the restroom back here too. There's no restroom. You notice there hasn't been any really restrooms in Super Derp World because you really don't have to use the restroom. So at all. And is that air you're breathing? No, there's no air in there. So we're not really letting any AC out either. So anyways, all right. So let's go. Let's go 17. 16. Oh, that's right. It's an endless loop. It's an endless loop. Let's go back to. Yeah, I got these upper level elevators are not done well. You gotta go. So I just want to go to the first floor. First floor. First floor. Floor 1920, and the first floors are over here. Yeah, Bobby. So let's go back to floor 11. My floor. In my seat. Oh, oh man, my point of view is all messed up. Forgot about that. Hold on. Oh, point. Okay, point. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. So what I want to do is let's get the map out. See if I can find the map. There's the map. Oh, nice. Is it in PDF? PDF, PDF. Please be in PDF. Please put it in PDF. Derp World map. Is that the update? That's not the update. That's close enough. This is kind of cool. Let's show this. Let's see. I've seen. Let's go to no cam here, and then bring up. Not display capture. Move. Um, window capture. There we go. Still trying to figure out the stuff. overview of JPEG. So, what you see on the screen right now is an overview of the whole world, and this is a pretty cool thing here. And this is the world as of 2023. So there's been some. It's grown more since 2023. This way, that way, and that. Like you can't see my mouse. I'm sorry. Um, or can you? Kind of. Okay, you can't see it. Okay, you can't see it. Okay, let me see if I can make this bigify it. Getting kind of get ideas the the how big it is. Okay, cool. You can see it. Okay, so right here is home. This is spawn. This is where we're at. This is New Derpolis. Let me zoom in right there. New Derpolis City, and of course it's going to get kind of grainy. You can't really zoom in too much. That's New Derpolis City, and um, down here is South Dirtville. North Dirtville's over here. The deep dirt, the dark mountains, the deep dark ancient cities I found were down here, this area. Hyrule, Derpistan's over here, Dragon's Mount's right here, Dirt Vegas is over here in this area. Pillager territory is all this right here. This square area right here is pretty much Pillager territory. Eastros is over here somewhere. Mega Derplantis is right here. Winterfall is way back over here. Way back here. That's where Winterfall is. So that's how big of an area we're dealing with so far with the world. And like I said, it's grown more north, especially east, more especially northeast and a little bit more west, but way out west. So this is that's kind of a cool representation there of what the world as a whole looks like. And I want to see if I can get a map up here. It's a 2023 map. That'll work, I guess. Let's change that to that right there. There we go. Should be able to see that now. Right, I'll drink. I'm getting thirsty over here. Okay. I just want to wait. I'm waiting until it gets up on my feet on my side before I start showing anything. See if you can actually see my mouse or not. I guess not on this one. Okay. So, anyways, what I have on there, this is Super Derp World. Daenks Tower, that's where we are right now. Creeper Coaster, Mojang Stadium, Banner Room, the North Terminal, GenX Labs, the power grid, New Derpolis Power Plant. That's the spawn going out. That's the just it going out. Hyrule, um, and I need to change that. That's Mariposa's farm. Sorry, Lydia. Lydia, sorry about that. Should have changed that. So now it's the Super Derp World of Northern Territories. You see my key deal up here. You got a single roadway, dual roadway, roadway unprotected, pathway, road, waterway. So single roadway is just what it says. It's just a single roadway going back and forth. So there can be, if there's multiple people on the server, they're going to run into each other, maybe. Dual roadway, there's one going one way and going another way. So you don't have to worry about that. Roadway unprotected, those are areas where it's not lit as well. Like the Pillager territory, I did not build up any of those rails. Those rails will get you there, but if you might run into a creeper, you might run into a broken rail. It's like I say, we go to the Pillager territory, do it if you're you're in survival. Do it on you do it you know with caution because you're gonna be fighting, you know, when you go into those areas. So anywhere there's a railway unprotected, that means there's not much there to protect you, especially at nighttime. So if you get stuck on the rail, um, you're gonna get uh, you're gonna get zombies and stuff coming at you. Pathway road, there's no railway, just the pathway, walkway to get to where you need to go. And waterway, that's the only way you can get there is by water, by boat. And the only way you're going to find it is by map, by using this map to know exactly because it's by waterway. We've got it lit with torches and campfires and stuff like that, but it's not as easy as you think. You can get lost if you're not careful. So you pretty much have to just bear because I didn't want to make it too easy, but I want to make it too hard either. So when you're in the boat, just keep going forward. Don't meander off anywhere. Just if you're going on a boat, if you're supposed to go south, keep going south because you're pretty much going to run into something of interest that'll point you in the right direction. Once you started to go in a boat, I don't make it easy for you as much as I can. I like to let you if you're here in Super Derp World, I want you to explore as much as you can and find new stuff. That's basically what I would love for people to do is venture out and find the new stuff that we haven't found yet for the world and open that up and put that on the world too. So and also anything, anybody I bring on the server, just FYI, anything you build, I can definitely go in and save as a schematic, and you can always have that. And if it's single player, using World Edit, you can install single player for World Edit, and you can bring that schematic and bring it into your own world. So anything you build, just let me know. I'll definitely help you with that. Um, build what you want. You can keep it here in Super Derp World. I would suggest it. And one thing, my pet peeve is, don't tear down anything. Don't break anything. Try not to break anything. Don't kill anything if you can. Keep everything as is because I don't want to. I want to keep building the world out. I don't want to remove things from the world because that does it's not doing the world any good. Because anything you put in there, it's there. Go on to the next thing. Just keep going. Whatever you build, just keep it there. Don't build on anybody else's area, especially if there's a banner. Don't build on that area unless you get my permission or whoever owns that area permission to build near there. But there's so many areas to build. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to build where there's already stuff. We want new stuff in there. So this is the Northern Territories. Okay, so that was let's see, Northern Territories. Okay, so we're at the Northern Territories. So coming up from um, New Derpolis City, you go to Derparis. That's sort of it's under construction, but it's about 75% done, I guess you could say. Derplantis 2. North Derpville connects by waterway to Lake Derpville and Croissant Villa. Lake Derpville is a village that spawned automatically in the world that's pretty much on a lake. It's like an island in the middle of a lake. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's something new. Mega Derplantis, that's the main artery for the whole railway system. That's the main heart of the whole system is right there. That's the middle. That's the middle part. Even if New Derpolis isn't the middle part, that's the middle part, especially for the railway system. To the right, like I was showing you earlier, Totem Undying Temple's there, Cobblestone Village, the Woodland Mansion, Gastown, and that way goes to Karachi and some other places. I mentioned Quagmire Cove. And to the west, you go to west, there's Derplantis 5. Derplantis 5 in the trailer and in the video, Minecraft video, is the one monument I completely emptied out. And I didn't do it with World Edit. So the story is okay, when I had this on a server and I couldn't use that server anymore, so I had to move the world somewhere, and I didn't have a server of my own at the time. So I was like, let me transfer it over to Realms, and I'll play it with. I'll just let it go in Realms for a while, and I'll just deal with Realms. And I didn't really need any mods. I just want to get in there and play for a while because I was doing some other things. So when I got around to actually doing something world edit related, where I needed to do a big project, well, Derplantis 5, I decided, you know what, I need to empty out one of these ocean monuments. Everybody else is doing it. Why I just need to do it, and I had a good idea. I wanted to build huge walls around it and use it as a connection point with my railways to show what it looks like with the railways coming in without water on it. So it was a really cool project. So I did it the hard way with sand and just kept doing it with sand. I did the fill command. Fill. I did fill sand, fill sand, fill sand, fill sand, and I just kept doing it, doing it, doing it till the water sponges, 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 and finally it got all emptied out. Now here's a catch to it. Derplantis 5, the water that's inside Derplantis 5 is still there. The Elder Guardians and the Guardians are still in the ocean monument. I didn't take them out. So they're kind of a tourist attraction to go check out the Elder Gardens in their environment, but not in their environment. So it's a really cool thing. So I put together Tioga Village. That's one of those biome villages I came in. I just Mountain Junction, Spruce Village, and Fort Hoth. There's Fort Hoth over there. And then going up from Derplantis, there's two ways to get to Winterfall. Going this route, Derplantis 3, Derplantis 4, and then you go to the Northern Deep Slate Caverns. Those are the first Deep Slate Caverns I came across. But there is a connection point now in the updates where you can go to Derplantis from Derplantis 4 to the Tower Bridge, and the Tower Bridge that connects Winterfall. That's something new that's not on this map right now. So but like I said, Wintersport is like the main deal right here, and you can get to water from water to Winterfall too, but it's like Mega Atlantis. Mega, you can go from Mega Derplantis to Winterfall by water. It's a long ways, but you can still do it. It's all ocean on this side, if I remember right. And then Wintersport's right there, and then there's the walkway to Winterville, Dune Castle, and Winterfall right there. And then what's new is coming out goes to Vinland and some other new villages I found over there. Um, Village of Icarus, not the Village of Icarus. Oh, the bill is working. Okay, cool. Um, um, what is that village called? The Village of uh, Bacchus, the Bacchus Village, Village of Bacchus, and I'll let you when you find out, you'll see who Bacchus is. It is a story behind it too. And it's a type. It's kind of typo negative related too. Why the Bacchus? Um, and then the Super Derp World Southern Territories. So New Derpolis City is kind of considered in the Southern Territory, and Mega Dirt Atlantis is Northern Territory. So that's kind of how the separation is. You got the Northern to Southern Territories. New Derpolis City is in the Southern part of the territories. Derplantis 1, that's the very first ocean monument I came across, and when I had that's the first railway I really built was to that ocean monument because I found it so quickly. Herpaderpistan, Herpaderp Junction, Moss Stone Village. That's the one I told you. That's most boring village that it ever produced. Eastwatch Junction, Eastwatch, Hidden Valley Ranch, Sean Village, Town of Estros. All 5 of these villages were auto spawned in the world, and I connected up every one of them with railways and stuff like that in a walkway village. You can't get to my Sean Village without um walking to it. You can't get to it by rail. Grand Derp Vegas complex is right there. Pier Village, Alpine Village, South Shore Cove, South Dirtville, Iron Ore Islands, Dragon's Mount, right there. And the Enchanted Southlands, the far south, as we call that, the Enchanted Southlands. Because that was the very first when me and my wife when she first got on there, we first played survival, the first world, but we called it the Enchanted Southlands. But we said, well, why are we wasting time here? Let's go play on Super Derp World, and we can keep playing and building up the world. As we're playing, while we're trying to get back to New Derp, we play survival way out there, and we just have to work our way back to New Derpolis City. We did it once with the South. We're doing it with the West, but the West is way out there, and it's going to take us forever. We got stuck at I think that's where we found a new deep dark ancient city out there. So from South North Dirtville, you go a long ways. It's a long route through some mountains, man. This is very mountainous area right here. This area right here goes through underground tunnels and mine shafts. It is not protected whatsoever, so you're good luck there. And then East Ridge Village, that's the village you come up. That's the auto spawn by the world. And then from there, you go down into the Derp Dark Ancient City. That's the ancient city I told you. They had four of those that spawn in the world. And there's Westridge Village, and then Seahorse Junction. And like I said, that's where the main artery for the whole railway system that connects up from New Derpolis and Mega Derplantis ends there. and then it ends at Seahorse Junction. And then from there, you can go to Mushroom Island. And then there's Turtle Island. Turtle Island, you can go around Turtle Island if you want and get where you're going. It's longer, but if you go through Turtle Island, it's built tunnels and stuff through there with the water, so you can keep going through the mountain. Havensport, and then when you get to Havensport, the railway starts back up. It goes to Havenstone, Haven Junction, and then South Haven. And then the Southern Badlands. Southern Badlands, there's nothing as far as I can see. It's all that mesa biome, sand, dirt, desert area all to the south. So there's nothing down there. Because when we started, we were going to go north anyways. But when we spawned in that area, and we were going to go north anyways. Thankfully, we were able to go north. We didn't have to go through the Badlands, what we call the Badlands in the world, to get anywhere. When we found civilization, like which it was this village, when we finally found it, and it was like, oh my gosh, civilization! Because we played for weeks. I mean, I don't know what weeks. We played for a while trying to find, trying to survive. And then we finally found, I saw some lights in the distance, and I was like, I think there's some torches up there. And come to find out, there was a village on top of this huge mountain thing. I was like, and then it was like we had to fight our way to get to it for one, and then fight our way up to, to get to up there. So yeah, so that was a fun playing survival and that. Now we're doing it, but we kind of got it to a standstill over there because yeah, it's not, you know it's not easy to do sometimes. So, but that is the world from. So now you got to see a map of what everything kind of looks like. So in the world. So, um, but anyways, I think, folks, that is it for tonight. Let's go to the studio. Let's hope the video is working there, and it is not working there. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know why this stopped working. So the video would work somewhere, and then the other one wouldn't work, and it would not work. It would not work, and maybe it'll start working. And I'm not going to keep you in suspense here. I'm going to try to figure out why this keeps happening. Okay. Okay. So I'll just tell you. I'll just say bye from Oh, let me tell you. I need to take this card out of my hand. Got furball meowing at me. I guess I got to pay him attention. So, anyways, I usually do this on the. Oh, my feed got screwed up now too. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. There we go. Okay, then I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to fix that. So, anyways, get closer to the camera so you can see me a little bit better, I guess. Well, anyways, this is my first stream of Minecraft. I'm very excited. Everybody, hopefully, everybody, Minecraft friends get to see. Please share this out with any and everybody who knows about Minecraft, loves Minecraft, has played Minecraft. I'm very excited to finally show this world that I've been working on for so long, and and I hope everybody gets inspiration from it. If you see something you want to build, go right ahead. A lot of everything I do is I get inspiration from the Minecraft community, and the stuff I've seen y'all build out there is just amazing stuff. And I get great ideas for my world. There's some things I won't touch because some of the things out there are just done so well. I I would have to sit there and copy it block by block for me to duplicate what y'all do out there, and that's really time consuming for one, and two, I like to take an idea and just kind of create my own thing with it, kind of put my own feel on it, or I just get lazy. I don't want to build it out like the Jedi temple and I turn it into a data center, so or something, I can think of. So but anyways, Minecraft, Minecraft channel in a nutshell. That's Super Derp World. You get the chance to see Super Derp World Part 1. I'll do Part 2 soon. I'll schedule Part 2 soon. I don't know when that will be yet. I still have some other. I have Starfield coming up. 2,000 hours played Starfield here soon, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's gonna be soon. Uh, Actually, let me take the back to that. Okay. Um, get that. There we go. Since I'm not totally done. Got Starfield 2,000 hours later. series is about to end. That is 2 more episodes. I got just 10 more hours left, and then the final day to play through. That's where I'm gonna be going to my old locations where I built my outposts and stuff like that. And a lot of things I did in Starfield, I learned from Minecraft, like inventory. I was started noticing I was doing the same thing in Starfield I did in Minecraft with chests. I started putting chests everywhere, putting stuff in them, and organizing them, stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, where did I learn this from? And my StarCraft chest room, my inventory room looked exactly like my Minecraft one does. So I thought that was kind of funny that I brought one game into the other. So, but anyways, so I have that going on tomorrow night, Minecraft related. Um, I'll be starting my new series, Minecraft. So a hardcore survival playthrough. So on Bedrock. So the big thing about this is it's the first time I'm playing hardcore survival, and I guess it's got to be over 10 years since I played it. I think 10 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Last time I played it, my world died. And of course, I didn't pick it up since then. So but I think now would be a fun playthrough since I haven't played survival. I've been in creative so long, so I don't. I'm gonna be rusty with a lot of my. I'm still good aim with the arrow, bow and arrow, but I'm gonna be rusty with a lot of stuff. And the survival me and my wife have played recently probably helps a little bit. But I'm gonna be playing survival hardcore on Bedrock Edition, which I've never played. This will be the first time I'm playing Bedrock. Honestly, I've ever since 2010, it's been nothing but Java, 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 Minecraft. I hadn't even touched Bedrock. I didn't even know what it was when it first came out. And I was like, okay, I don't know what version Bedrock, I don't know what version of Minecraft this is, but I was at the first, I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So what they were trying to do, Microsoft or whatever, Bedrock. But anyways, so now I'm going to be doing that. So it'll be my first Bedrock playthrough, by playing Bedrock and also doing survival. And I've already did a little bit of warm up for some of the video stuff I was doing, and to get everything, just make sure everything was set as far as my graphics and all that stuff, make sure everything's ready to go. And it just has Bedrock Minecraft has a different feel. I just can't put my finger on it yet, but it just has a different feel. And I'm really looking forward to playing that. And I'm just looking forward to staying alive, see how long I can stay alive. Because my first one, it didn't. I don't think I lasted very long. And I don't. I want to be honest. I think I played it for about a month and I died, and then I was like, that was it. So I did it a couple times if I remember right, but I didn't really have a purpose. Now I have a purpose, is for the streaming the Minecraft. Make sure I don't die, because if I die, I'm gonna be dying live, and it'll be a meme. It'll be something for somebody's video collection down the road of people who, what happened to people who died in hardcore. And also the whole quest is just like another video game. I'm gonna start at the starting point, and the ending point will be the Ender Dragon. I'm gonna go through this whole playthrough, try not to die, and then try to face the Ender Dragon at the end. And I remember how to beat the Ender Dragon. It's been so long. If I had to go in there right now, I'd probably take me out. So but I know there's tricks to beating them, stuff like that. I'm gonna try and do it the best way, not the cheating way. There's several ways to cheat. I think I'm using a bed or something. I can't remember what the ways. Not really cheating, but using your deal. But I'm gonna try to face it one on one, and see how I do. And if I die, but facing them, then hey, there you go. I died. I tried. I spent all that time to get there, and I didn't do it. So I'll probably just have to do it again. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a fun series, and it's gonna be beyond. The series is called Beyond the Spawn, and I'll be previewing that tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here on the GenX Minecraft Wizard Channel. So, and with that said, enough talking from me. I hope y'all enjoyed all the Minecraft content I brought out tonight. In previewing or finally unveiling my Super Derp World, and I hope y'all enjoyed out there. And like I said, please share this with anybody you know who likes Minecraft. I think they'll really enjoy it. And I will see y'all tomorrow night. Take care. And later on, y'all. And I'll see you in Minecraft worlds. And let me get out of here. Ending stream. Later.